hope you enjoy it. And I certainly know that CA appreciates these folks putting on the Homecoming 91. Here's Miss Bollinger. She'll take over.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 1991 homecoming ceremonies. To start our ceremonies, the cheerleaders will be lighting the candles for this evening. Lighting the candles are Miss Michelle Russell, Miss Emily Shooter, Miss Cheryl Pitts, and Miss Joey Weeks. Tonight, representing kindergarten 4-year-olds, Miss Holly Plunk and Mr. Kobe Wiggs. Holly is the daughter of Wayne and Lynn Plunk. Kobe is the son of Larry and Debbie Wiggs. Representing kindergarten 5-year-old, Miss Kimberly Golden and Mr. Jacob Bingham. Kimberly is the daughter of Cliff and Lisa Golden. Jacob is the son of George Kent and Julia Bingham. Representing first grade, Miss Brandy Jenkins and Mr. Caleb Lucius. Brandy is the daughter of Clay and Angela Jenkins. Caleb is the son of Tony and Bobby Lucius. Representing second grade, Miss Melanie Dozier and Mr. Pepper Watts. Melanie is the daughter of Jerry and Patricia Dozier. Pepper is the son of Tommy and Nina Watts. Representing third grade is Miss Nicole Blunt and Mr. Josh Martin. Nicole is the daughter of Wendell and Wynette Blunt. Josh is the son of Jerry and Judy Martin. Representing the fourth grade class, Miss Ashley Dismuke and Mr. Matt Bollinger. Ashley is the daughter of Kenny and Brenda Dismuke. Matt is the son of Anthony and Gina Bollinger. Representing the fifth grade is Miss Amanda Winter and Mr. Thomas Neal Anderson. Amanda is the daughter of Mike and Vicki Winter. Thomas Neal is the son of Dolores Anderson and the late Tom Anderson. Representing the sixth grade is Miss Jessie Parker and Mr. Adam Gore. Jessie is the daughter of Quincy and Martha Parker, and Adam is the son of Mr. Jim and Sue Gore. To represent the junior high now, for 8th grade is Miss Vonda Clemens and our escort, Mr. Robert Clemens.
No! 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 No!
Vonda is the daughter of Robert and Doris Clemens. Also representing the 8th grade is Miss Jennifer Hughes and her escort, Mr. Greg Coleman. Jennifer is the daughter of Alan and Dorothy Hughes. Representing the 9th grade is Miss Haley Bryant and her escort, Mr. Steve Bryant.
No!
third representing Montrose, Miss Samantha Willis, and her escort, Mr. Randall Willis.
No. No.
Samantha is the daughter of Mr. Randall and Kathy Willis.
No. No.
Representing the 10th grade class now is Miss Amy Bryant and her escort, Mr. Carl Bryant. Amy is the daughter of Carl and Millicent Bryant. Also representing the sophomore class is Miss Tiffany Connor and her escort, Mr. Al Partain.
He's gonna come get you as quick as this is over.
Tiffany is the daughter of Dab and Patricia Connor.
No. No. No.
Representing the junior class now is Miss Mitzi Bowles and her escort, Mr. Jerry Bowles.
No.
Mitzi is the daughter of Jerry and Carolyn Bowles.
No.
Also representing the junior class is Miss Misty Myers and her escort, Mr. Johnny Myers. Misty is the daughter of Johnny and Margaret Myers.
No. No. No.
The third representative of the junior class is Miss Meg Takanaka of Japan.
No. No. No.
Meg is the foreign exchange student who is staying with Dr. Jean and Miss Pat Beal.
No. No. No.
The four representatives vying for the title of the 1991 Homecoming Queen are Miss Tanya Alexander and her escort, her dad, Mr. Ed Alexander.
No.
Hello everyone, my name is Tanya Alexander and my parents are Mr. and Mrs. L. and Montrose. I am a member of Bethlehem Baptist Church and I've attended Calhoun Academy for 13 years. During my years at Calhoun Academy, I have been chosen as Halloween Queen, class favorite, and also to serve on the homecoming court and review review. Last year, I was voted as best dressed in our who's who election. I have been a cheerleader for 6 years, and this year I am honored to be cheerleader captain. I am also a member of the Lady Cougars basketball team. My basketball awards include North Central A All-Conference, Most Improved in my third year, and last year I received the Non-State All-Conference Award. I have been enrolled in Tennessee among American High School students for many years. I also serve on the English staff and High School Data Club. I have never been a dull moment with all my friends at CA. In third grade, I will never forget Yale's famous shot. Mrs. Parker made us all nervous when she caught us going to chicken bone in fourth grade. And who could ever forget Whitney's marriage ceremony in fifth grade? The memory that sticks out the most is when my friends and I got caught cheating in ninth grade. To all my friends, I love each of you, and I will cherish the memories we have shared always. To all my teachers and coaches that I have had through my school years, I would like to say thank you for being a friend when I needed one, and for giving me the kind of education that has prepared me for my life after CA. To Mother and Daddy, I know I don't say it much, but I love you both, and I appreciate everything that you have done for me to make my high school years at CA the best time of my life. To Angie, Paige, and Charlotte, good luck. I love all three of you, and I wish you the very best in the future.
The second 12th grade representative is Miss Paige Long, her escort, Mr. Eddie Long.
Welcome to the 1991 Calhoun Academy Homecoming. My name is Paige Long, and I am the 17-year-old daughter of Eddie and Evelyn Long of Bruce. My grandparents are John D. and Hazel Long, also of Bruce, and Jimmy Jones and the late Polly Jones of Calhoun City. I am a member of Mount Moriah Baptist Church in Bruce. I have two sisters, Carla Kimbrough and Amy Long, both graduates of Calhoun Academy. On July 28, 1991, I became an aunt for the first time when my niece, Alexandria, was born. Here at Calhoun Academy, I feel that I have received a quality education that fully prepares me to go on to college. Throughout my education, I have received numerous awards and achievements. I have been an all-A honor recipient each year, a member of the National Honor Society, who's who among American high school students the past 4 years, junior high and high school beta club, participated in the ABC test, and I was also selected to attend the National Young Leaders Conference in Washington, D.C. I am a member of the Lady Cougars basketball team, and I was also a junior high and high school cheerleader. I was chosen most beautiful in junior high, and I have been selected to be in the review the past 4 years. I have also been on the homecoming court the past 2 years. When I graduate, I will be separated from many friends with whom I have been associated with the past 13 years. I not only received an education, but learned discipline as well. I will never forget Coach Cook making Tanya, Angie, and me scrape gum off the floor throughout the whole school as punishment. In closing, I would like to say to my parents, thank you for the sacrifices you had to make in order for me to attend school here at Calhoun Academy. I also want to thank you for always being there for me in the good times as well as the bad times. Mama, Daddy, I love you.
The third representative of the senior class is Miss Charlotte West.
Good evening, everyone.
Mr. Henry
I
Green
am Charlotte West, and my parents are Mr. and Mrs. Henry Green West of Calhoun City. I attend Spring Hill Baptist Church, where I serve as church pianist and Sunday school secretary. This year, I am co-president of the Beta Club, a member of the annual and paper staff, and have been nominated to the Who's Who among American high school students. While at CA, I have been chosen most talented, best dressed, most school spirit, best personality, and in 9th grade I was selected as junior high Miss CA. As a member of the junior high and high school basketball teams, I have received the Hustler, Best Offense, and MVP awards, and last year I received All-State at Overall State. Looking back over my years at CA, I can recall so many funny memories that I'm sure my friends and I will never forget. First of all, in kindergarten, Philip Morgan showed us what truly makes boys and girls different. In 3rd grade, Gail Hatfield started her nursing career and gave Whitney a shot right where it hurts. And in junior high, I told Coach Cook he was foaming at the mouth. I thought Angie would never stop laughing. Well, everyone knows Whitney is still afraid of shots, and Angie hasn't quit laughing. Each of my friends hold a special place in my heart, and I will never forget them and the memories we have made together. Tonight, as I stand here, I look into the faces of the people I admire and respect the most, my family, teachers, and friends. And I'd like to thank you for your continued love and support throughout my life. Your encouragement has given me the ability to believe in myself, set my goals high, and to stop at nothing to achieve them all. As I close, I'd like to share with you a verse that I say to my fellow teammates before every game. Psalms 32:8 reads, I will instruct thee and teach thee in the way which thou shalt go. I will guide thee with my eye. God will show us the way if we look to him. And it is my prayer tonight that each of you will always depend on him to guide and strengthen you in everything you do. God bless you all.
And the last representative of the senior class is Miss Angie Weeks with escort Dad, Mr. Robert.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Angie Weeks, and I'm the 17-year-old daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Robert Weeks of Waterman. I am a member of Midway Baptist Church. I have attended Calhoun Academy for 12 years. Presently, I am president of the senior class, secretary of the Beta Club, and I also serve on the annual staff. I have been enrolled in Who's Who among American high school students for 4 years. I am also a member of the Lady Cougars basketball team, where I received the Most Valuable Player award by my teammates. My Who's Who honors include being elected class favorite my sophomore and junior years, Celia sophomore, Jolliest junior, most athletic, and best all around. One of my most memorable moments at CA is getting caught cheating with my best friends Tanya and Paige by Mrs. Putman in biology class. Coach Cook made us scrape gum off the floor all day with just a screwdriver. It was so embarrassing at the time, but now I can look back on it and laugh. Tonight, I would like to look back and thank my teachers for the love and support each one has given me through the years. To Coach Cook, thanks for understanding the times when Whitney and I got a little out of hand. Maybe when I'm gone, some of your hair will grow back and we can stop drinking mail. Another week may be leaving, but we still have Cody to carry on the tradition. A recent tragedy has made me realize how much my friends mean to me and to never take things for granted. As I stand here tonight, I would like to say to all of my friends that I love you and I will cherish the memories we have shared throughout the years. To my parents, you have stood beside me through my happiest moments and understood the times that I have let you down. Thank you, Mom and Daddy, for everything you've done for me and giving me the love that no one else could ever give me. I love you both. In closing, I want to say good luck to three of my dear friends, Tanya, Paige, and Charlotte. To the senior football players, you'll always be number one in my heart.
Presenting flowers this night will be the junior high and varsity cheerleaders. First, I would like to recognize the last year's homecoming queen from Calhoun Academy, Miss Tiffany Winter, who will be crowning the 1991 homecoming queen, and she is escorted by Headmaster Billy D. Cook. Let's have a round of applause for our last year's queen. To start our flower presentation to kindergarten 4-year-old Holly Plunk will be Emily Tudor. Presenting to 5-year-old kindergarten Kimberly Golden will be Miss Allison Blunt. Presenting to 1st grade Brandy Jenkins will be Miss Michelle Russell. Presenting to 2nd grade Melanie Dozier will be Miss Megan Easley. Presenting to 3rd grade Miss Nicole Blunt will be Miss Nikki Winter. Presenting flowers to Miss Ashley Dismute from the 4th grade will be Miss Cindy Joseph. Presenting flowers to Miss Amanda Winter in the 5th grade will be Miss Valerie Winter, her sister. Presenting to Miss Jessie Parker in the 6th grade will be Miss Brandy Vaughn. Presenting to Miss Jennifer Hughes in the 8th grade will be Jessica Lawler. Presenting to the 8th grade representative Vonda Clemens will be Miss Angie Reed. Representing ninth grade is Miss Haley Bryant, and Jennifer Leachman will present her flowers. Miss Tanya Crutchfield will present flowers to Miss Samantha Willis. For Miss Amy Bryant, Cheryl Pitts will present her flowers. Presenting to Tiffany Connor will be Miss Nikki Winter. Presenting to Miss Mitzi Bowles will be Miss Brandy Vaughn. Presenting to Misty Myers will be Miss Joy Weeks. Presenting to Miss Meg Takanaka will be Valerie Winter. Presenting flowers to the senior maids to Miss Tanya Alexander will be Miss Emily Tudor. Presenting flowers to Miss Paige Long will be Miss Michelle Russell. Presenting flowers to Miss Charlotte West will be Miss Cheryl Pitts. And presenting flowers to Miss Angie Weeks will be Miss Joey Weeks. Ladies and gentlemen, before the introduction of our new homecoming queen, I'd like to present the Cougar Connection. The Cougar Connection is consisted of the 4th, 5th, and the 6th grade, and they will entertain you with a medley of love songs. The director of the Cougar Connection is Miss Vicki Todd, assisted by Miss Martha Parker. Now to crown Calhoun Academy's 1991 Homecoming Queen will be again last year's Homecoming Queen, Miss Tiffany Winter. And presenting flowers will be Miss Sean Clark, President of Calhoun Academy Student Council. Your 1991 Homecoming Queen is Miss Angie Wiggs. While they're crowning and taking pictures of our new queen, we have some very special thanks I'd like to recognize. The varsity cheerleaders and their moms, the Booster Club, Miss Betty Edmondson, TV7 from Bruce, Hudson's Flower Shop, Jerry Brazier, Mr. Eddie Bollinger, Miss Suzette Logan, Miss Vicki Todd and the Cougar Connection, Miss Charlotte West, Dawn Smith, Chuck Lover, the junior varsity cheerleaders, Napa Auto Parts, Mr. Coach Cook, Miss Vicki Todd, Martha Parker, and everyone else who was involved in any way in Homecoming Queen. I would like to commend Miss Debbie Winters for the job done. I would love for you to go and tell her what a pretty job she did and what the cheerleaders did, because let me tell you, they have worked hard for this homecoming to be a beautiful sight for you tonight. Thank you for coming out. The maids and their escorts may leave the field. I would also like to ask if anyone would please help Miss Winters to get the things off the field. We would appreciate any help just to move it down to the far end of the field outside of the road. Thank you.
Fired up, man. They need to be. They're going to be tonight. They need to be. They need to get one tonight. We are. We are.
I've been seeing them passing all the way
Well, a very pleasant good evening, everyone. We're at the Calhoun Academy field here tonight, TV7 on hand, where we just observed homecoming activities here tonight and getting ready for a mighty game here tonight with the Calhoun Academy Cougars taking on Montrose Academy here tonight. As you see Calhoun Academy now coming on the field, and the Cougars look psyched up and ready tonight, and they will be in pursuit of their first win of the season. We'll be looking for their first win here tonight against Montrose Academy. Tell you about some other games involving around other schools in the county tonight. The Calhoun City Wildcats are taking on the Coffeyville Pirates, and that game will be at Coffeyville. And the Bruce Trojans are playing at Eupora in a division game tonight. And the Trojans, of course, undefeated on the year so far, #1 in the division with a 4-0 record. And this will be a division game tonight for Bruce. The Vardaman Rams are also on the road as they'll be traveling to North Pontotoc. Vardaman riding a 4-game winning streak. That's the way it looks in the county here tonight. And, of course, TV7 once again on hand here at Calhoun Academy, where we just crowned the homecoming queen. And the team captains will go out on the field now and prepare to begin the game.
I'd like to welcome everyone to tonight's homecoming game between the Calhoun Academy Cougars and Montrose Academy. Captains for the Cougars are Chris Easley, number 72, and Wayne Mahan, number 60. Captains for Montrose Academy.
We've just had our initial coin toss. The Cougars of Calhoun won the toss. They've elected to receive. We're about ready for our invocation as well as the playing of our national anthem, so stick around.
And back judge Cliff Holland. Would everyone please stand for the invocation to be given by Jerry West and remain standing for the national anthem? Let us pray. Heavenly Father, thank you once again for this beautiful day you've given us to come out, observe this game and this event. Father, we just thank you for the two schools represented here. Father, we just pray that you would just be with each and every player tonight, that you just protect them and keep them from injury, Father. We pray that both teams will play to the very best of their ability. we just bring honor and glory to your name. Forgive us and be with us as we go back to our homes tonight. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Oh, say can you see when the dawn's early light, what the flowery hand at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the lightning stood unbursting in us, leaping through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And with the singing of our national anthem, we'll see Montrose Academy come out onto the field now as they'll prepare to take on the Calhoun Academy Cougars here tonight. And we crowned our homecoming queen earlier, Angie Wiggs, prior to the game. And we're just about ready, set for the kickoff here tonight. Our sponsors in tonight's Calhoun Academy action: Hawkins Motor Company, Calhoun City Telephone Company, Calhoun Apparel, Bruce Telephone Company, Farmers and Merchants Bank, and Piggly Wiggly in Calhoun City. All the sponsors for tonight's Calhoun Academy action. Good to have Mitchell here with me tonight. And Mitchell, looks like we're going to have a good game here tonight between these two teams.
We're looking forward to tonight's contest, Bill. Of course, as you mentioned earlier, this is the 1991 homecoming game. Angie Wiggs was crowned homecoming queen before the contest. And the Cougars are still looking for victory number 1 this season, so hopefully they can pull it out tonight.
Be a good time to ride a victory tonight here with homecoming activities just prior to the game. And maybe they're built up and they will be able to do it here tonight. And Cougars, of course, as you said earlier, will be receiving the ball. Number 11, Lee Burnett, back deep to take the ball from Montrose Academy. Now we'll turn it over to Mitchell.
Back deep to receive for the Cougars of Calhoun will be number 11, Lee Burnett. He is a senior at 148 pounds, as well as number 18, I believe, back there. Make that 16, Jade Leachman, a junior at 130. Teeing the ball up for Montrose Academy is number 79, set to kick it away. So we don't have a listing for, unfortunately, in our roster. Game is underway. Kick squibs off to the near side and sails out of bounds. Penalty markers down. So we'll start that one all over again. This time ball will be kicked from the 35-yard line. Taking a look now at the major universities in the Magnolia State, where they'll be in action tomorrow, Saturday, October the 26th. The Mississippi State Bulldogs are taking on Auburn at Auburn. The Ole Miss Rebels take on Vanderbilt on campus at Oxford. I believe that's their homecoming tomorrow, Bill. Is that correct?
That's right. Ole Miss homecoming, and of course they will be hosting Vandy. Ole Miss last year having a tough time with Vandy at Nashville, winning it 14-13. So I read today where Ole Miss is really alert, and they're not overlooking Vandy this year. Of course, Vandy upsetting Auburn last Saturday.
The Southern Mississippi Golden Eagles are facing Cincinnati at Cincinnati tomorrow. We'll start this one all over again.
Let me make a correction, Mitchell. It was Georgia they upset last Saturday.
I wasn't sure about that, but I was not going to argue with you because I was not sure. But in any event, it was an upset, as you mentioned.
Auburn did come from behind to beat Vandy this year. Of course, it was Georgia that was upset by Vandy.
All right. Once again, number 79 approaches the ball, and the game is underway. This will be number 11, Burnett, on the kick return for the Cougars, trying to follow block. Check that, make it number 22 on the kick return. This is Mark Nelson down the field. Finally run out of bounds. Nelson on the return. And he is slammed to the ground here, out of bounds. The fans here want the late hit call. They'll not get it. Officials not on the spot. That should have been a penalty. We have a Montrose Academy player down on the opening kickoff. We'll have to wait and see who this injured player is for Montrose Academy. Really? We have timeout on the field, official timeout, as the coaching staff for the Montrose Academy team on the field check out the injury. Coach Winters, the head coach for the Cougars, on to check out the injury as well. Bill, while we have a time here, we've got to talk about those hot Atlanta Braves in the World Series. You know, they've taken a 3-2 lead over the Minnesota Twins. They head back to the Dome Saturday, I believe. What do you think?
I don't know, Mitchell. Looks real good for Atlanta up to this point. Of course, they started 2 games down, and they've proved in Atlanta that they can win even in the World Series. And, of course, been a lot of homers. Last night's game especially looked real good for Atlanta, winning what, I believe 14-5.
Something along that area. I think that's correct.
So they're going to, maybe if they can get it together and win this next game, wrap the World Series up and have a World Series win there for the Atlanta Braves.
Well, you know, one way to look at it, Atlanta has to win only one, while Minnesota has to win 2 to claim the World Championship. But on the downside, as far as the Braves are concerned, they are headed back to the Metrodome, and that's a tough place to win.
That's right, Mitchell. What I understand, no Atlanta team has won a championship. So this could be the first time for an Atlanta City team to win a championship.
Hey, the Braves in the World Series, well, you know, maybe Saints in the Super Bowl?
Possibly so. Looks pretty good up to this point.
1st and 10, Calhoun Academy. This will be number 16 with his signal calling duties, Jay Leachman for the Cougars. I formation in the backfield. Give goes to the first man through, number 32, I believe, on that carry, Craig Tudor, a sophomore at 145. He picks up several yards on that particular carry, up to around the 41-yard line. And we'll bring up a second down situation here. Well, it looks to be about 4 or 5 yards to go for the first. Ball is racing into Montrose territory around the 41, 42-yard line. Cougars break huddle and will come up to the line of scrimmage. Working with a split backfield formation. 2-man set wide out across the way. Once again, this is Leachman now with his signal calling duties for Calhoun. Give goes to the first man through. Lee Burnett with a carry. Up past the first down yardage necessary for the first down, I believe. Chain crew move the sticks across the way. It'll be 1st and 10 here for the Cougars. Calhoun impressive in the opening drive here, Bill, keeping the ball on the ground so far in this series.
That's right, Mitchell, doing a good job driving it down, and I think there's a lot of emotion, a lot of adrenaline in this game for Calhoun, and I think they're ready to win a game this season, and this could very well be it here tonight.
1st and 10, Calhoun operating from Montrose territory on around the 36-yard line, 37, somewhere along that area. This is Burnett with the carry. He bulls his way in there for about 2 or 3 yards. Stop was made by number 79. That's Chris Hicks, a senior at 195 for Montrose. Bring up the second down situation here. Pickup of maybe 3 yards on the carry. Second about 7 here for the Cougars, as they are now working inside the 35-yard line in Montrose territory. Bill, I'm trying to decide what's their mascot? I haven't seen any indication on any of the sheets yet. What do you think?
That is exactly what I was just looking for, and some of the names, like some of the starters on the field, are not on the roster, so if they'll bear with us, maybe we can get the rest of the starters, but we have about 14 names on the roster.
Right. In other words, we're about as much in the dark as everybody else is on this one. Number 30 on that carry, that's Dalton Moore, a sophomore at 180. Pickup of a couple. I'll bring up the third down situation here. And what looks to be about 3 yards to go for another first. 3rd and 3. That ball is marked around the 30-yard line in Montrose territory. If you joined us late, we're just getting away with the ball game here. Clock shows 9 minutes and 34 seconds remaining. We're in the first quarter of play and we're scoreless. Calhoun Academy homecoming 1991. Number 30 on that carrier for Calhoun, that's Dalton Moore. Enough yardage for the first down. first and 10 Calhoun. Cougars keeping the ball on the ground in this opening series. It'll be first and 10 here for Calhoun. And they'll be operating from around the 22-23 line in Montrose territory. Montrose, Arkansas, the opponent for the Cougars this evening in their 1991 campaign homecoming contest. Jay Leachman up under center here, out of the I backfield in the formation. Number 11, Lee Burnett, with that carry off the left side. Picks up about 3, maybe 4 yards on that carry. Nice run by Lee Burnett, a senior at 148 in the fullback position.
You know, Mitchell, Calhoun had some good running backs. Number 30, Dalton Moore. Number 11, Lee Burnett. Have some quick running backs that's really driving this drive, doing a good job, getting them down early in the first possession.
And we'll bring up the second down situation here. Well, it looks to be about 4 yards to go for the first. Cougars now operating inside the 20-yard line of Montrose. Looks to be around the 15 here. Leachman up under center. Give goes to Burnett off the right side, trying to find a block, still on his feet, fighting downfield. I believe he'll have plenty of yardage there for the first down.
Hey, I think it's a Raider. I think it is.
32 set to check in for the Cougars, Craig Tudor. He is a sophomore at 145. He brings in the play from the near sideline. It'll be first and goal to go here for Calhoun Academy, knocking on the door. And the opening drive of the evening. Clock shows 8 minutes and 16 seconds remaining. We're in the first quarter of play, and we are scoreless. Leachman works with the eye in the backfield now. Penalty marker down. Possibly a delay of game call. Let's wait and get the official ruling here momentarily and see what transpires from there.
Come on, Cougars!
Offsides call against Montrose. That will carry with it a penalty of the 5-yard variety, but I believe, Bill, that'll be half the distance of the goal. Is that correct?
I believe you're right. I believe it will be half the distance. And, of course, Calhoun's still in great position and really need to get 6 here in this first drive, being this close.
We're at the 8-minute mark now remaining in the first quarter of play, and the clock is on the move. Calhoun 0, Montrose 0. Cougars took the ensuing kickoff, and they started operating from good field position in Montrose territory with a nice return of the opening kickoff. They're driven down inside the 10 of Montrose. Give goes off the right side, and nowhere to go as he is snowed under by a host of Montrose players. Number 30 on that carry for the Cougars, Dalton Moore, I believe. Finding to go in rough and tough off the right side. 81 checks in offensively for Calhoun. Josh Morgan, a senior, 185. She brings in the play from the near sideline. Once again, the head coach for the Cougars is Gary Winters. Assistant coach Shane Stewart. Let's go bring up the second down situation here, and still goal to go. Calhoun Academy shows an eye in the backfield, no wideouts, 2 tight end set. Give goes number 30 on the left side. Trying to fight his way in there for a few yards. Dalton Moore with that carry, a sophomore at 180 pounds. Finding to go in rough and tough up the middle there. Make it third and goal. Pick up a maybe yard on that carry.
Montrose, Mitchell's playing some good defense down close to the goal line as they've closed up the last 2 running plays of Calhoun.
We're under 7 minutes remaining in the first quarter of play now, and we are scoreless. Once again, we're coming to you from Cougar Field at Calhoun Academy, where they are observing their homecoming, 1991. If you joined us late, Angie Wiggs was crowned the homecoming queen for this 1991 campaign. Congratulations goes out to Angie. Keeper up the middle goes nowhere. That was snuffed out immediately. Once again, that was 16, Jay Leachman on the carry, a junior at 130, finding to go in rough and tough. That's going to bring up a fourth down situation here. Once again, goal to go. What do you call, Coach?
Well, I don't know about that. 4th and goal to go. I don't know. I think they might go for it, Mitchell.
I would think so, deep in Montrose territory here in the opening drive of the game. Under the 6-minute mark remaining now in the first quarter.
Still no indication of a mascot for Montrose, so
Raiders.
Somebody says Raiders. Maybe the Raiders is their mascot.
We'll call them Raiders. It doesn't matter if it's it or not. We're going to call them the Montrose Raiders. That's good
Raiders
enough.
From Arkansas.
we got to call them something, so we'll call them the Raiders. Delay of game call against the Cougars on 4th down. They'll get the down over, obviously, but 5 yards deeper.
I may take back my prediction now. They may not go for it.
I believe they will here, Bill. Sets a 9 in the backfield here. Quick pitch goes back to Burnett on the right side trying to follow block. Burnett is tripped up before it gets to the goal line. So the 4th down conversion attempt will not be successful. Ball is going to be turned over back to the Raiders of Montrose here. And that's a sad note here for the Cougars. What started off so well has turned sour and stalled inside the 10.
That's right, Mitchell, really did. And, of course, they can't let that get them down. They got to get right back in there. But that was a real good drive by Calhoun that time. And Montrose now will take over deep in their own territory.
1st and 10 here for the Raiders of Montrose Academy. From around their 1-yard line, or looks to be. Their first offensive possession of the game. Number 29, I believe, with that carry for the Raiders. It's going to be Lee J. Sibley, a junior at 170 pounds. Pickup of about 7 yards, bring up a 2nd down here and 3 to go for the first. Montrose Academy Raiders are coached by Brian Smith and Rex Matheny. 2nd short here for the Raiders, operating from deep in their own territory. Give goes on the left side, but nothing doing there. Cougar defensive front wall snuffed that one out nicely. Fumble on the play. Cougars have recovered. Nice turn of events here for Calhoun.
Big break that time for Calhoun, Mitchell, and they'll have control now deep in their own territory, and that's exactly what they needed after disappointing 4th down and couldn't get the conversion, so now they have the turnover.
And they'll have 4 downs, try to stick the ball in the end zone here, and that's something we'll have to worry about here. Hopefully they can get that thing in here within the first couple of tries. And that ball's going to be marked just outside the 10-yard line, I believe. As Jay Leachman works out the eye in the backfield. 2 tight end set, no wide outs. Quick pitch goes back to Burnett. Trying to sweep on the near side. Lee Burnett trying to turn the corner. He's ridden down. All he needs, Bill, is that 1 extra block on the outside. He's got enough speed to take it to the end zone.
That's right. If he can get that 1 blocker and run wide left again, I believe he can put it in.
That'll bring up a 2nd down situation here. And 10 yards to go for the first, so the Cougars are not operating with inside the 10. Or it will be 2nd goal instead of 2nd and about 9.5. Pick up maybe half yard on the previous carry by Burnett. As number 16, Jay Leachman works his team up to the line of scrimmage. Leachman is a senior, 135. Set to 9 in the backfield. Give goes to the first man through off the right side. Fumble on the play. I believe Raiders have returned the favor here. What do you think?
Well, we had a game here a while back. We had so many turnovers. I believe they had more turnovers than they did handoffs running the ball. Maybe we won't see that in this game tonight.
But we've seen 2 so far here in the first quarter of play. Clock shows 4:16 remaining. With the Raiders of Montrose Academy had just recovered a fumble as the Calhoun Academy Cougars were knocking on the door. 1st and 10 here for the Raiders. Penalty flags all over the field before the play really ever develops. So I have to wait and get the official ruling here. I would suspect a delay of game call. What do you think?
I believe that's right, Mitch. I believe it's going to be delay of game against Montrose, so delay of game penalties hurting both teams here early.
Illegal procedure call. It is against Montrose. We had that part right, but it is illegal procedure.
Come on, Cougars!
And in this case, I believe it'll be half the distance of the goal penalty. It'll be still be 1st down here, but what looks to be about 13 yards to go for another first.
Come on, boy.
14 now for Montrose.
Carry goes on the left side, number 1 with that carry. We were calling them that. I don't know if they were that or not. We had to call them something. So, yeah. 58 checks out defensively for Calhoun. And unfortunately, we don't have a listing for in our roster here. Several players from Montrose Academy are not listed in the roster, so you'll have to bear with us this evening. We're doing the best that we can possibly do. Give goes to the left side, still on his feet, trying to turn the corner. Number 1 does turn the corner, gets around the end, and bulls his way out to around the 15-yard line. Once again, that was number 1 for the Raiders, who unfortunately don't have a listing for offensively.
You think they picked some guys up on the way?
Obviously, something happened between here and Montrose Academy. I understand this is in Arkansas, Montrose, Arkansas. Is that correct?
That's what we understand, Montrose, Arkansas. So this team came a long way here tonight. They just forgot to include some of the guys on the roster, I believe, Mitchell.
So, hey, we're going down to Mississippi. We don't have to worry about something like that, you know.
That's right.
It'll be second. We have an injured player down, I believe, across the way. Official timeout on the field. Clock shows 3 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in the first quarter, and we are scoreless. We're going to cut you to a station break. Stick around. You're watching a sports presentation of W07BN, your local sports connection. We'll be right back.
Where have you been, son? We've been missing you at church.
They still have
Our
services.
practice is still on Wednesday night.
They still have services over there, too. Okay.
Third down and a long two for Montrose.
Go ahead. I got to get
Welcome back to action here now from Calhoun Academy. Montrose with the ball, and the handoff goes up the middle, and he gets cut down quick by the Cougar defense, number 50 that time for Calhoun. And I believe they said it was Derek Taylor, number 50, and may have saved that first down. And we'll see if Calhoun holds. 2:30 now to go in the first period of play. No score.
It's because he's allowed me to do.
And it's 4th down and 2, so Montrose will punt it away. Number 11, Burnett, back to receive for the Cougars. Ball will take a Montrose bounce. And it'll be just shy of the 40-yard line in Calhoun territory. Good kick that time by Montrose with a good Montrose bounce. And that's where Montrose will take over at about the 39-yard line in their own territory. Or Calhoun will take over, rather. Here's Mitchell.
Clock shows 2 minutes and 6 seconds remaining. We're in the first quarter of play, and we're still scoreless. The Calhoun Academy Cougars will now put their offense in gear once again. They'll be operating, as Bill mentioned, from the 39-yard line. We have a conference among the officials with some Raider players, so personal foul, clipping call against Calhoun. That carries with it a major assessment of some 15 yards, so that was going to sting, Bill.
It's really going to hurt on Calhoun that time. Going to back them up another 15, and they're going to have to be careful with those personal fouls.
That ball is now going to be marked around the 24-yard line, where Calhoun will have possession 1st and 10. With 2:06 remaining in the first quarter, as we mentioned moments ago, we are scoreless. Cougar Homecoming 1999. Once again, congratulations goes out to Miss Angie Wiggs, who was crowned homecoming queen before the contest this evening here at Calhoun Academy. 1st and 10 for the Cougars. This is Jay Leachman, number 16, with the signal calling duties for Calhoun. Sets a 9 in the backfield, no wideouts, 2 tight end set. Leachman with a give to the first man through. Rough, tough running yards of about 2 or 3 yards for number 30 on that carry. That's going to be Dalton Moore. He's a sophomore at 180. Pickup of maybe 4. Bring up a second down situation here and about 6 yards to go. 32 checks in offensively. Craig Tudor for Calhoun. He's a sophomore at 145. Replacing number 81 for the Cougars, Josh Morgan. Morgan is a senior at 185. 2nd and 6 here for Calhoun. Leachman sets a 9 in the backfield, no wideouts. Give goes to the first man through on the right side this time. Nowhere to go. He is snowed under by a host of Raider defenders. Maybe a loss of 1 on that particular carry. More on the carry. Bring up a 3rd down here. And once again, what looks to be about 6 yards to go. 81 checks in offensively for Calhoun. Josh Morgan back into the game, replacing 32 Craig Tudor. Well, we had some early Halloween people here in the stadium tonight already, I'm telling you. 3rd and about 7 here for Calhoun. Lee Burnett on the right side trying to turn the corner. Nowhere to go. He is snowed under by a host of Montrose defenders. Burnett maybe a little slow. No, he's back on his feet now. Maybe he's okay. Loss on that play of about 2 or 3 yards. Bring up a 3rd down here And about 9.5 to go for the first. Clock winds down to under half a minute now remaining in the first quarter.
That's right, Mitchell. Some hard hitting here. Montrose doing a good job holding Calhoun, containing them in Calhoun's territory, and Calhoun having a tough time trying to get the first down.
It's going to be a fourth down situation, punting situation for Calhoun as number 11, Lee Burnett, gets a good long snap back and gets a kick away. High hanging spiral by Burnett. Ball's going to bounce at the 50-yard line and take a Raider bounce. Going to be down to around the 49-yard line. So Montrose Academy will start this drive first, attending great field position here.
One of our sponsors for tonight's Calhoun Academy action is Piggly Wiggly in Calhoun City. Piggly Wiggly with all the best in grocery prices and values. Piggly Wiggly in Calhoun City. Go by and tell them how much you enjoy the game here at Calhoun Academy.
Any specific time?
And as the teams make the appropriate adjustments, we'll take a quick station break and we'll be back with more here from Calhoun Academy. You stay tuned.
As we begin the second quarter of play, Montrose Academy with possession, number 16, with his sitting calling duties for the Raiders. Penalty marker down. 28 finally with possession of the ball. And Bill, we are really in the dark as far as these players' names are concerned, legal procedure against the Raiders, because we don't have half probably of the right numbers out here.
You know, the numbers on the roster, there's about 14 guys, but there's only about half of those numbers on the field. So, you know, and there's only 2 or 3 guys on the sideline.
We're really just playing a game of guess here as far as Montrose Academy numbers and players' names are concerned. People just have to bear with us here. We don't even have a listing for the quarterback number 16. Inside give goes to number 20 on the carry, still on his feet. He may go now down the near sideline. It's a foot race to the end zone. Touchdown saving tackle was made by number 25. That's Mike Bush.
The quarterback that time did a good job giving it to the receiver because he faked the handoff and then gave it to number 20, and it was really a good disguise play that time by Montrose Academy.
I believe that was Shane Pruitt. We do have a number 20 listed here for the Raiders. Pruitt, no, evidently not. He's got him at sophomore at 255. That couldn't be correct. He's not that big. Who knows? Number 20 with a carry. Once again, Raiders back up to the line of scrimmage here. Instead of 3-man backfield set, offset in the backfield, wide out across the way on the right side. Give goes to 28 on the right side, trying to follow a block. Still on his feet, twisting, turning, driving for yards, trying to get outside. He is hammered down to the ground by a couple of Cougar defenders.
Hey, guess what? I found number 28's name, Henry McCain.
All right.
Got him on the roster.
That deserves a round of applause.
It really does.
We got about 11.5 minutes remaining in the first half of play.
Montrose now at this point with the most effective drive they've had in the ball game and threatening here against Calhoun.
Montrose now works with an eye in the backfield. Give goes to the first man through right up the middle. Pick up about 3 or 4 yards on that carry, and he took a couple of Cougar defenders with him, Bill, so he's making it all on his own that time.
That's right. Really some good running that time by Montrose. Calhoun doing a good job playing them up the middle and closing up the holes as quickly as possible. Montrose burned them a couple of times coming around the outside as we saw on the big run. I believe number 20 with that run was Jason Tucker with a 155-pound body weight. That's more his size, I believe.
72 on the tackle for the Cougars on the previous play. That's Chris Easley, a senior at 220. Second and about 7 here for the Raiders. Number 20 on the carry trying to turn the corner. He is hammered down by 2 or 3 Cougar defenders. 50 in there big with the stop. That's the Derek Taylor, I believe, for Calhoun, a senior at 210 pounds. We're having Cougar a little slow about getting him up on that play. He's up on, maybe it's okay now. That's Mark Nelson. Number 22 is senior at 135.
I believe 22 patted the bottom of that pile that time, Mitchell. He took a tough lick, number 22, and most of them was his own men coming in.
Oh, boy. Official timeout on the field. Coach Winters on to discuss things with his defensive unit. 10 minutes, 44 seconds remain to be played in the first half of play. We'll be right back. Stick around.
Come on, boys.
28 trying to turn the corner right side for the Raiders, trying to find an end zone. Touchdown, Montrose Academy. Number 28 on the carry with the score for the Raiders. That was Henry McCain, a junior 165. And Bill had just followed his blocks well around the right corner and strutted right on into the end zone.
He really did. That was good. That was good blocking that time by Montrose and gave him a wide open hole. And he turned it back up to the left, and it was wide open turf all the way.
That makes it Montrose 6, Calhoun 0. We'll get that score with 10:35 showing remaining in the first half of play. We'll wait and see. Timeout on the field called by the Raiders of Montrose Academy.
We'll talk about some of the local teams. Mitchell County team. Calhoun City is going to be at Coffeyville tonight. Calhoun City 2-1, I believe, in their division play. They're going to be playing the Coffeyville Pirates. Coffeyville surprising people there. Coffeyville's got a really good team this year. Bruce beat Coffeyville 15-0, but Coffeyville has really got a good team. So Calhoun City will have their work cut out for them at Coffeyville, and I believe that might be homecoming for Coffeyville tonight.
Well, as you mentioned, Bruce winning the game against the Pirates by a score of 15-0. If you can stay within 15 points of the Trojans this year, you've really accomplished something, and that's no joke.
That's exactly right. Coffeyville had a good defensive game against Bruce, holding Bruce to 15 points. Coffeyville having a real good year, so that should be a good test for Calhoun City.
Checking over other games involving other county teams this evening, Vardaman Rams are on the road at North Pontotoc. I'm not that familiar with the North Pontotoc team. What about you?
Not really. Vardaman ought to have a good game up there, though. Vardaman Rams on a 4-game winning streak at this point.
And I believe you mentioned earlier the Bruce Trojans are playing at Upora in a division game. That should be interesting.
That really should. Trojans going down, course 4-0 in the division, leading the division. If Bruce can win tonight, I believe Bruce will clinch the division, I heard today. Montrose guy, I believe Mitchell, was loaded up in the ambulance. I believe they're going to take him off.
29 on the carry on the 2-point attempt conversion will be not successful. Number 29, Lee J. Sibley, a junior 170, with a 2-point conversion attempt. Did not get in, so the score will stand. Montrose Academy 6, Calhoun 0. 10:35 remaining in the first half of play.
Another one of our sponsors for tonight's Calhoun Academy action, Hawkins Motor Company in Calhoun City. Gary Hawkins and all the staff at Hawkins Motor Company wish the best to the Calhoun Academy Cougars this football season, and may you have a good season on the rest of the games. Stay tuned to TV7. We'll be back after this commercial break.
Back to action here. Montrose all set to kick it away. Back deep to receive for Calhoun will be number 11, Lee Burnett, as well as number 22, that's Mark Nelson, as well as number 16, Jay Leachman. This will be Nelson on the kick return for Calhoun. Trying to follow a block down the near side, looking for a block coming down the near sideline, cuts that field and is hammered down. Number 29 on the tackle for the Raiders. See, once again, we don't have a list. Excuse me, that's Lee J. Sibley, a junior 170. Calhoun will set up shop first and 10. They're operating from their own 33-yard line. First and 10 for the Cougars. They're down by 6. Homecoming 1991. 10 minutes, 28 seconds remain to be played here in the first half of play. First and 10, Calhoun. Give goes to Burnett on the near side, trying to in the corner, and he is snowed under by a host of Raider defenders. Nowhere to go. We have a shot here of the ambulance leaving Cougar Field. I believe we had an injured Raider taken to the ambulance moments ago. Is that correct?
That's right, Mitchell. He ran on the far side a few plays back, and I believe he was injured, and he was taken. I didn't see him get on the ambulance, but they said he was taken, and he's being taken away now.
That's going to bring up the second down situation here for Calhoun, and once again, 10 yards to go. They're operating from their own territory on or around the 33-yard line. Jay Leachman with the signal calling duties this evening for the Cougars. It's an eye in the backfield, 2 tight ends set, no wideouts. Leachman with a give to the second man through on the left side. That's Lee Burnett. Pick up about 3, 4, maybe 5 yards on that carry. Great burst of speed there by number 11, Lee Burnett. He's a senior at 148. Pick up of about 5 yards on the carry. Bring up a third down and 5 here to go for another first. That ball's going to be marked around the 38-yard line. Checking in offensively for Calhoun, 81, Josh Morgan, as well as number 16, checking back in, Jay Leachman. He's been to the near sideline talking things over with Coach Winters. 3rd and 5 here for Calhoun. We're under 9.5 minutes now remaining in the first half of play. Calhoun trails Montrose by a score of 6-0. Leachman with a gift to Burnett on the near side, and he is hammered down by a host of Raider defenders. And the Burnett has really taken a beating so far here in the first half, Bill.
That's right, Mitchell. Montrose was not fooled at all that time. They saw the handoff clearly and got at the line of scrimmage, I believe, before the runner even got there. So a good defensive play by Montrose Academy.
And we'll bring up a 4th down situation here. What looks to be about 6 yards to go for the first punting situation for the Cougars. Number 11, Burnett, back deep to kick it away for Calhoun. Back to receive for the Raiders. Number 1, who we don't have a listing for offensively, as well as number 28. That's Vince Armstrong. Burnett trying to turn the corner left side, trying to pick up that first down. It's going to be cut down well shy.
What happened, Mitchell? He mishandled the snap. Yeah, Lee mishandled the snap, and he was forced to run the ball that time.
I was trying to find a number here for the Raiders. I did not see the long snap. It's a bad turn of events for the Cougars here, as Montrose will take over in great field position, 1st and 10. With about 8.5 minutes remaining in the first half, we'll have plenty of time here to add to that 6-0 lead. That ball's going to be marked what looks to be about the 28-yard line. Is that correct? I'm having a hard time picking up the lines from here, Bill.
It's kind of tough to see that far away. I believe it is about the 28-yard line where they'll take it over 1st and 10.
We're 16 up under center here, out of the eye in the backfield. Give goes end around play. Number 1 trying to turn the corner. He is hammered down. Nowhere to go. Nice play defensively. Number 30, Dalton Moore, stayed at home, and he did the job. We have a couple of players a little slow about getting up here for each team.
Some hard hitting out there tonight, Mitchell. A lot of guys taking some punishment out here early in the first half of play.
That's going to bring up the 2nd down situation here. And what looks to be about 18 yards to go for the first. Loss of possibly 8 yards on the previous carry by the Raiders. Clock winds down. We're at 8 minutes now remaining in the first half of play. Montrose 6, Calhoun 0. If you joined us late, we're at Cougar Field. Where's homecoming, 1991. Raiders work with an eye in the backfield. 16 under pressure here, wants to screen it away. Pass is incomplete. He was lucky that wasn't picked off that time.
There was 3 green jerseys around the ball that time, so he was very fortunate that Montrose hung on to the ball.
Now bring up the 3rd down here. Well, once again, looks to be about 18 yards to go.
This will be a big hole right here, Mitchell, for Calhoun. Maybe they can hold it here and get the ball right back and maybe get a chance to even up the score here.
3rd and long here for the Raiders.
Come on, Cougars!
Cougar defense come alive now.
Let's go, defense!
3rd and about 16.
Raiders work their way up to the line of scrimmage. Wide out across the way, eye in the backfield. Quick pitch goes back to 28. It's going to be a halfback pass way down the field. He's got a man there. 87 cannot come up with the catch. 87 was open momentarily. Can come up with it, though. If we caught it, that would have been 6 points, I believe. But
that was a good offensive scheme that time by the Montrose offense. Of course, the pass was a little bit inaccurate, and he did not come up with it. But he was wide open. I believe he could have had 6.
That's going to bring up the 4th down here. Once again, about 18 to go. 7:41 remaining in the half.
That was a big hole that time for the Cougars now, as they'll have control of the ball. Montrose will probably punt it away to Calhoun, and Calhoun will be able to take over. Only trailing by 6 points, and still plenty of time to get a score on the board in the first half of play.
The officials discussing something here with a couple of Cougars on the field. We'll have to wait and see what this is all about.
You know, Mitchell, we got to talk about Mississippi State here once again. And, of course, they will be playing at Jordan-Hare Stadium in Auburn, Alabama. And both teams knowing that's very important. Pat Dye knows it's important for Auburn to stay in the Sugar Bowl picture. State knows it's important for them to get a bowl bid. So that's going to be a lot of tension in that ball game.
Certainly he is. Punt is away going on the left side. Takes a Raider roll. Several Raider rolls. Rolls to around the 5-yard line, it looks to be. So the Cougars are going to start in the hole this time from deep in their own territory. But they have 7 minutes and 41 seconds of operating time available in the first half. You're right, Bill. You know, Mississippi State coming off a tough homecoming loss last Saturday against Memphis State. They're looking to put one in the W column this week.
That's right. It's just about a must situation for them to do that in order to, I believe they had some Bowl Scouts at the Memphis State game, and they were pretty impressed with Mississippi State. Of course, State having a tough time getting beat by Memphis State in a game they should have won, and they know that, and they're really going to be out to beat Auburn this Saturday.
We have a timeout on the field called by Calhoun Academy. I believe ABC is set to televise that game tomorrow at Jordan-Hare Stadium. Is that correct?
That's exactly right. It'll be the 4th televised game by the Bulldogs, and the Alabama game is also going to be televised from what I understand. So we're going to have 5 Bulldog games televised. I believe that is a Mississippi State record.
How many of those games has the Bulldogs have they won? How many have they won?
Well, of course, the Tennessee game was so exciting, and of course, at the very end there, Tennessee was able to pull it out. So they lost that.
The Florida game was televised too, right?
The Florida game was televised too. Let's see, they had the one of the early games at Scott Field was televised. State coming away with a victory.
That's WTBS.
With WTBS, right.
Texas.
It was the Texas game, of course. How can we forget that? The biggest game of the year, Texas, you know.
That's exactly right, and that was the biggest game, as you said, the Bulldogs have had this year. Maybe we can see another one of those games Saturday.
Hopefully so. They sure need it. I promise you that. It'll be 1st and 10 here for Calhoun. Popcorn, if it's not salty. Hot dog.
Chips and hot dog. What you want on it?
Just mustard.
Lots.
Huh? No. Calhoun with possession here. Give goes to the first man through up the middle. Pick up maybe a couple of yards up the middle. Finally going rough and tough against the Raiders defense. We're winding down to under 7.5 minutes now remaining in the first half of play. Calhoun trails 6-0 to Montrose Academy. 55 leaves offensively for the Cougars. That's going to be Clifton Pitts. He is a freshman at 180.
Calhoun needs a big play here, Mitchell, to get him out of this deep hole and get him on up to a first down and get another drive going. Had a very impressive drive the first possession of the game.
Second down, about 4 to go here for the Cougars. This is Burnett on the keeper on the near side, twisting, turning, trying to find someone to go. Correction, and it's not Lee Burnett on that carry. That's going to be 25 Mike Bush on that particular carry. Up near the first down marker, maybe about a yard shy. Bring up a third down situation here and about a yard to go for the first. 55 checks in offensively for Calhoun. Clifton Pitts once again back into the game now.
And Cougars once again now will be faced with a third down, a very important pickup here if they can pick up the first down. And hopefully they can and get out of this hole that they're in. Montrose, of course, trying to keep them back there so they'll have good field position.
Possession play here for Calhoun Academy. Third and about a yard and a half to go for the first. Leachman up under center here. Leachman with the keeper on the left side trying to turn the corner. Leachman in trouble. He is dragged down from behind. Leachman ran out of running room that time. He had 2 defenders right on him there, Bill, so he had it hot under the collar there for a few minutes. What do you think?
It doesn't matter how good of a runner you are, and they have some good runners, but you got to get those blockers out there. You got to get those blockers in front of you.
Well, that's just a prime example of this. It's a team sport. No one individual can completely dominate. That was a prime example of it right there. Number 60 checks in offensively for the Cougars, Wayne Mahan. He's a senior at 165. We'll go over the entire Cougar roster with you at the halftime, because we do have several seniors on the team, and I'm sure they will appreciate us mentioning them as well as the rest of their teammates. 5.5 minutes now remain to be played in the half. Fourth and about a yard and a half, 2 yards to go here for Calhoun. Leachman up under center, penalty marker down. Official stops play before it really ever develops. Have to wait and see what this one's all about. Delay of game call against Calhoun. And, of course, that carries with the penalty of the 5-yard variety. It'll still be a fourth down, but what looks to be about 8 yards to go for another first here. Punting situation for Calhoun.
Be important here to get a good punt off, Mitchell. Try to get them backed up maybe to at least the 50-yard line mark anyway.
Lee Burnett all set to boot it away for Calhoun. Gets a good snap back this time and gets the kick away. Got a lot of hang time on this one. Gets a couple of Cougar rolls here. It's going to be down to around the 40-yard line in Calhoun territory. So the Raiders of Montrose will start this drive in great field position once again. They'll crank it up from around the 40-yard line in Calhoun territory with 5 minutes and 14 seconds remaining in the first half of play.
We have 9 seniors on the team this year, Mitchell, so Coach Gary Winter and staff will have a rebuilding period here next year, and we'll see what they can do. Losing 9 seniors, that's going to be a tough blow for the Calhoun team.
No question about that. 1st and 10 here for the Raiders. They set an eye in the backfield, wide out across away. Give goes to the second man through, and the keeper up the middle, still on his feet, following his blocks downfield. Nice piece of running there by number 28 with that carry for Montrose. That's going to be Henry McCain, a junior at 165. A couple of Cougars once again slow about getting up after that play. They're on their feet now. Maybe they're okay. Bring up a second down situation here in the long 2 yards to go for the first. Pick up of perhaps 8 on the previous carry. Under 5 minutes now remaining in the first half of play. Once again, 28 with that carry, McCain. Henry McCain on that carry, number 28. It'll be 1st and 10 here for the Montrose Academy Raiders. They are marching the ball right down the field here on Calhoun.
You know, you've got to give Calhoun a lot of credit. They're, I believe, 0-8 at this point, but they're playing just like they're 8-0. They're really playing hard out there here tonight and really wanting to win this homecoming game here tonight. They got a lot of spirit.
Well, the homecoming game does add extra incentive if anything else can, that's for sure. Good play defensively there for the Cougars, number 72 in there with a stop. Chris Easley, he's a senior at 220 pounds. Easley doing a nice job there defensively. Big loss on that play. Bring up the second down here and about 11 yards to go for the first now. 80 checks in offensively for the Raiders. That's Bryant Bullock, a junior at 170. As he brings in instructions from across the way. Second down here and about 11 yards to go for the first for the Raiders of Montrose Academy. Misdirection play, number 20 with the ball still on his feet, fighting his way downfield. Nice piece of running there by number 20. That's Jason Tucker, I believe, a junior at 155. Official timeout on the field. With 3 minutes and 47 seconds remaining in the first half of play, and here's Bill.
Another sponsor for tonight's Calhoun Academy Cougar action, Calhoun Apparel, one of the major leading industries here in Calhoun County. Calhoun Apparel wishing the best to the Cougars of Calhoun Academy here tonight. And the measuring sticks have been brought out. And it is a first down by the Raiders of Montrose. And Montrose converting yet another first down here in the first half of play with 3:47 now to go in the first half. And they are on top 6-0 at this point.
We had, how many passes have we seen here in the first half? 1 or maybe 2? Is that correct?
I remember the one, but it's been very slim. 1
was incomplete, trying to throw a screen pass as far as the Raiders are concerned. That's right. All I can remember is 1 pass attempt.
This has been an all-running game.
It really has.
An all-running game here tonight.
Give goes to the first man through out of the eye in the backfield for the Raiders. Pick up a couple of yards on that particular carry. 29 on that time with that carry. That's Lee J. Sibley, I believe. Second down situation here. And what looks to be about 6 or 7 to go for the first.
Come on, Cougars, let's go!
Under 3.5 minutes now remaining in the first half of play. Calhoun trails Montrose by a score of 6-0. Raiders set an eye in the backfield. Quick pitch goes back to 28, trying to turn the corner, trying to find a block, still on his feet. He does get outside, and he is immediately hammered down to the ground. Nice play defensively by number 50 for Calhoun. I believe that's Derek Taylor, a senior at 210 pounds. That's going to bring up the third down situation here for Montrose.
Another big defensive play now coming up for Calhoun. They need to hold here on the third down and keep the touchdown from going in, keep the game real close early.
Possession play by the Raiders coming up here. Clock still on the move with 2:38 remaining in the half now. Raiders break huddle and work up to the line of scrimmage. Wide out across the way, eye in the backfield. Quick pitch goes back to 28, trying to turn the corner. He is cut down there by Lee Burnett. Nice play by Burnett defensively. And that will bring up a fourth down situation here Well, it looks to be about half a yard to go for the first. It's awful close, Bill.
That's right. It looks like about a half a yard. You know, you got to give these guys credit also. You got to realize a lot of these guys playing both sides of the ball, doing just as good on defense as they're doing on offense.
Well, both teams having a minimum number of players having to go both ways, offensively and defensively, and on the special teams unit as well. So I'm sure they're going to be exhausted when this game is over tonight. Under 2 minutes remaining in the half now, 1:40 to be exact. 4th and short here for the Raiders. They have elected to go for it here. Give goes to the second man through, number 1, trying to make his cut. I believe they're going to call him down. Perhaps his knee touched the ground. I don't know if he got enough yards for a first down or not.
It looks like it's going to be real close, Mitchell. We'll wait and see what the call is.
Well, according to the spot of the ball, official indicates here that Montrose did not convert, so Calhoun would take over 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. 1:28 remaining in the half now. As we'll see the Cougar offense get on track perhaps for the last time here in the first half of play.
And maybe they can get on track here. Once again, they have to start deep in their own territory, and I know that's tough on a team, but maybe we can see a pass play here and they can get out of the hole.
I would love to see some air excitement here shortly. As you mentioned, I can only remember one pass thrown here in the whole first half of play. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't know for sure.
You're about right.
Carry on the left side, off left tackle, picks up about 3 or 4 the tough way. I'm not sure who that was on that carry. About to see when he gets up off the ground here. A little slow about getting up.
One pass we had, the guy passed it. He was almost sacked, and he had to force a pass to keep from being sacked. He was almost dropped, so maybe it was a forced pass we had here tonight.
That's the only pass I can remember. That was Lee Burnett on that carry. We have a timeout on the field called by the Cougars, I believe. Clock shows 1, 2, 3. A minute, 23 seconds remaining in the first half of play. Montrose Academy 6, Calhoun 0. We're going to cut you to a station break. Stick around. We'll be right back. Back to action here. 1 minute, 23 seconds remaining to be played in the first half. Calhoun Academy trails Montrose Academy by a score of 6-0. This homecoming battle. Jay Leachman up under center here for the Cougars. That's a 9 in the backfield. Quick pitch goes back to Burnett. It's a halfback pass trick play. Ball is in the air. It's batted away incomplete. Penalty marker down. Perhaps some defensive pass interference. We just have to wait and get the official ruling.
There was a lot of Montrose guys that time around the receiver, so it very well could be defensive pass interference, Mitchell.
Pass to Mike Bush. Incomplete, but I believe we have a interference call on the play.
Leave it there.
Defensive pass interference against the Raiders.
Uh-oh, we got
Holding against the Cougars at
interference against the Raiders.
offsetting penalties here, I believe.
Oh, did you?
They bring up a second down situation here. And what looks to be about 3 yards to go for the first. Calhoun Academy deeply needing to get something on the board here before they go in at the half. They trail 6-0 against the Raiders of Montrose Academy. Leachman works his team up to the line of scrimmage. Got a split backfield formation this time. No wideouts, 2 tight end set. Give goes to the first man through off the left side. Number 30 on that carrier for Calhoun. That's going to be Dalton Moore. He is a sophomore at 180 pounds. 1st and 10, Calhoun. 81 checks in offensively, Josh Morgan. Morgan is a senior at 185 pounds. Replacing 32, Craig Tudor, a sophomore at 145. First and 10 for the Cougars. From around the 20-yard line, their own 20. Shotgun formation, passes away, it's incomplete. 81 was the intended receiver, Josh Morgan. Come up with the reception. I bring up a 2nd and 10 here.
You know, at this point, we have started seeing some passes in the game, so looking pretty good. Calhoun has decided to put the ball in the air for a change.
Maybe they overheard us, Bill. We're talking about not seeing any passing here. Maybe they heard a little conversation up here. What do you think?
I think they did. Maybe we'll create a drive here because maybe we sparked that here tonight.
All right.
It's time to see the big play, though. I know they're going to break it before half.
Yes, let's see the deep threat coming up here. 1 minute, 3 seconds remain to be played in the first half of play. Leachman out of the shotgun now. Pumps, fires on the near side. Pass is incomplete. 25 was the intended receiver for Calhoun, Mike Bush. He's a senior at 140. And we have an injured Raider on the field. Looks like number 79, I believe.
I tell you, we've had one Raider taken away already, and they don't have many to spare. It looks like a couple of guys on the sideline the whole time during the whole game. So Montrose will have to be careful here tonight with injuries.
It certainly will. And maybe trying to pull some people out of the stands across the way to put some shoulder pads on or whatever.
You can't exactly go deep in the depth chart.
Well, Calhoun is really not that deep either as far as number of players is concerned. We're under a minute remaining in the game. Clock shows 57 seconds. Once again, it's Montrose 6, Calhoun 0. We have an official timeout on the field while we check the injury. We're going to cut you to a station break. Stay with us. You're watching a sports presentation, W07BN, your local sports connection.
And welcome back to Calhoun Academy. Game, homecoming game, following homecoming activities here tonight. Cougars now with the ball as he fakes the pass and hands it over. Lee Burnett now with the completed pass. Burnett's still on his feet. And Burnett out across the 40-yard line as he gets over into Montrose territory. And a good play that time. A good pass completion that time by Calhoun Academy. And a good run after the catch by number 11, Lee Burnett. And Calhoun now with a good drive here. Looks like to end out the first half as we have clock counting down. Clock still counting, so Calhoun will have to hurry as they're losing time on the clock. Now we'll take you back to Mitchell.
Clock shows 26 seconds remaining in the first half, and it's on the move. Leishman out of the shotgun formation, gets a snap back, pass is complete. 32 with the catch. He is immediately knocked off his feet. That is Craig Tudor with the reception, a sophomore at 145. Are the Cougars out of timeouts? I believe they are. Clock winds down to 10 ticks remaining now. It's on the move. So this hurry-up offense in gear here. This will possibly be the last play of the first half of play, barring a penalty. Leishman with the shotgun once again. Pass is incomplete. He threw it in the general vicinity of number 22, Mark Nelson. And there's the horn ending the first half of play. I didn't think it's going to end on an incomplete pass, but it was supposed to stop with the incomplete pass, I thought. Is that not correct?
I think the incomplete pass was close to the last second being ticked off. So Calhoun, I believe, waited a little long. And about the time he threw it, I think the last second ticked off the clock. So 6-0 we have at halftime, and Calhoun in fairly good shape.
We'll be right back momentarily with the second half of play. Stay with us.
All right, take a break. And welcome back to action now as the Cougars have kicked off to Montrose Academy, and Montrose received the ball, and they lead the game 6-0, just breaking into the second half of play now. TV7 on hand at Calhoun Academy tonight. Cougars looking for their first win of the season, trying to get it here tonight against the Montrose Raiders from Arkansas, coming all the way over to Calhoun County here tonight. Montrose now will have it 1st and 10 to begin the second half of play. And Calhoun will be defending, of course. Montrose now with the ball just shy or just above the Montrose now on 1st and 10. And the ball carrier is going to take it over the 35 to, looks to be to about the 36, 37-yard line. On the first down play that time for Montrose Academy. Just underway now in the second half of play.
You're doing good, man. You're doing good.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, you play by play. I'll do the color. Color man.
11-18 now counting down in the second half of play. And he's going to pitch it back to the running back, still on his feet now, all the way down into Calhoun territory. And he crosses over the 45, up near the 50-yard line now for Montrose Academy.
Raiders doing exactly, starting off the second half just like they ended the first half, Bill. They're moving the ball impressively on the ground. As I mentioned earlier, hopefully we can see some more of the air show being put on here shortly from either team. But they're basically keeping the ball on the ground, grinding it out, and they're doing the job so far this evening.
That's right, coming out running hard here to begin the second half of play. Montrose now will have it 1st down and 10 as they picked up the first down on the last possession. Quarterback hands it off now. Not much going that time for number 29 for Montrose Academy as he breaks it across, trying to get over the 50-yard line, but can't do it and still can't get into Cougar territory. And once again, that was number 50 and don't see his listing here on the roster. As we said earlier, a lot of names are not on the roster for Montrose Academy, so we'll do the best we can with what we have here tonight at Calhoun. Second down now play for the Raiders. And ball shy of the 50-yard line up to about the 48-yard line. Montrose in their own territory. Second down and 9 yards to go. And looked like he mishandled the ball. I believe Montrose was able to foul on it. They will take a loss of a couple of yards, bring up a third down situation now for the Raiders.
I believe they fumbled the snap on that particular play, Bill, and they were lucky enough to fall on the loose ball. Lucky as far as the Raiders are concerned, unlucky for the Cougars, that is. And as you mentioned, it'll be third and long here for Montrose.
And it will be third and long now. We'll see if Calhoun can hold. This will be a big hold here if the Cougars can come away with it and force Montrose into a punting situation here early to start the second half of play. Quarterback down now, looking at his offensive line, and he passes out. And the ball was tipped by a Cougar defender.
He's throwing that ball in a triple and quadruple coverage downfield, Bill, so he's really taking the risk. As we mentioned earlier, we've not seen that many passes as far as the Raiders are concerned, or the Cougars for that matter as well. But he really made a poor decision as far as throwing into quadruple coverage that time.
We may know now why they're not passing too much.
Maybe that might be the reason. You may be right.
Now Calhoun back to receive deep. Number 11, Lee Burnett back for the Cougars, and the punt is up by Montrose. It was a high-hanging punt, and it's going to take a Cougar bounce. It'll be down now at the 35-yard line. Calhoun will start there in their own territory, and we'll see what they can do against this Montrose defense. Montrose leads the game 6-0 as we begin the second half of play, and the score coming in the first period of play. Montrose scoring the touchdown, going for the two-point conversion, unsuccessful in the attempt. And it'll be a first down and 10 now for the Calhoun Academy Cougars. And the ball will be spotted just shy. Look about the 34-yard line, shy of the 35-yard line. And that's where Cougars will put it into play. And fake handoff by the quarterback, number 16. And it's going to be passed a little low, intended for number 11, Lee Burnett for Calhoun. Quarterback on the run. And he didn't quite get the distance on the ball he needed to for Burnett to be able to handle it. That'll bring up second down now and 10 for Calhoun. We saw a lot of flags real early in the ball game, several flags, but not many to begin the second half of play. 9:34 now to go in the third period. Calhoun trailing only by 6, so Calhoun has an easy chance to get back into this ball game on this particular drive. Number 16 now back for the quarterback, and he passes up the middle. No, the intended receiver, I believe, might have been Dalton Moore, number 30 for the Cougars, and the pass was off of the mark. It'll bring up a third down situation for Calhoun.
Calhoun was lucky in that particular time, too, Bill, because he hit a Raider defender in the knee with that pass. If a player from Montrose Academy had been alert, he would have made the interception. I feel quite sure of that.
Both teams having a tough time here tonight getting in sync on their passing game, so maybe they might be wise to stick with a run here or maybe mix it up a little, but more so go with the run than the pass.
Well, the Cougars are now having a great deal of success on the ground so far this evening as well. They've been able to get outside a few times on a few occasions. They've got to get something going. See what Burnett can do in the corner here, trying to turn the corner, and he is rocked out of bounds shy of the 40-yard line. Pick up of about 3 or 4 yards on the carry, penalty marker down. I didn't see it. What do you think?
I'm not really sure. Flag on the play. Burnett did try to turn up the corner, was knocked out of bounds off his feet. Number 54 made the tackle that time for Montrose Academy, Hunter. And it's going to be there's a flag on the play. We'll wait and see what the call is. .9:21 to go in the third period of play, and it's going to be a holding call that time against the Cougars, and that will back the ball up with a penalty that time, and that's going to march them back deeper in their own territory. Calhoun having a tough time from getting out of that deep situation all through the first half of play.
That's something they don't need to do here, Bill, is self-destruct. They, as you mentioned, they've had a hard enough time getting the ball moved down the field. When you start these unnecessary penalties, holding, illegal procedure, what have you. I mean, you just can't go that route and expect to come out with a win.
That's exactly right. And now the quarterback in shotgun, and he's going to pass it over. Pass complete to number 22 for Calhoun. He's going to be knocked off his feet quick, and he was trying to get, I believe, to the 30-yard line. Didn't quite get it. Pass was completed that time, though. Mark Nelson for Calhoun, number 22. And we see a completed pass tonight by Calhoun Academy and a good pass play.
That really looked good out there in the field. Of course, he really took a shot. He was really level after he caught the ball. Needs some downfield blocking, but that particular play looked very well. Sure did. 4th down here, though, punting situation for the Cougars.
And number 11 now back deep for Calhoun, Burnett, and he will be punting. Number 1 now back for Montrose, and we don't have his name on the roster. And he's back to receive. A good punt that time by Burnett. And Calhoun is going to down the ball along the 40-yard line, maybe the 39-yard line. That'll put Montrose in starting position from their own territory. 8:41 now to go in the third period of play. Montrose leads 6-0. And they'll put the ball into play just shy of the 40-yard line and try to go 60 yards and get another score in. 1 touchdown score in the game, a 2-point conversion attempt tried, no good. And that's how we stand on the score we have right now. Montrose now brings their offensive unit up to the line. They go with an I formation in the backfield. Handoff that time by the quarterback. And some running that time by number 29 for Montrose, Lee J. Sibley, and he gets it up near the 45-yard line. Looks like a pickup of about maybe 4 yards. That's going to bring up a second down now for Montrose. Ball's going to be spotted shy of the 50 at about the 49-yard line. Montrose now will try to cross over into Calhoun territory. Second down now and about 5 yards to go. Just over 8 minutes now to play in the third period. I formation back set. Let's see if he hands it off. Nothing doing that time for Montrose Academy. Several Cougars in on the stop that time, including Chris Easley, number 72. And Easley is a load at 6'2", 220 pounds, one of the seniors on this Calhoun team.
Easley's been very busy this evening defensively, Bill, as has several other Cougar defenders. Calhoun Academy has done a respectable job on defense this evening, and they've moved the ball on occasions offensively as well. They just hadn't been able to put the ball in the end zone, and in the final count, that's what counts anyway.
That's exactly right. A lot of those Calhoun defenders getting to the ball quick, getting to the ball carrier real quick here tonight. Quarterback now with 3-man back set. He's going to pitch it back to number 28, and he's going to run it wide to the right. Number 28 is going to be run out of bounds along the 50-yard line, and that's number 28 for Montrose Academy, Henry McCain. There's going to be penalty down on the play, and we'll see who the flag goes against this time.
Clipping or holding, one of the two, probably.
I think it'd be clipping or holding that time, Mitchell.
Clipping or holding. I'm going to say perhaps a clipping call because that was a late flag thrown after the running back got almost out of bounds across. So we'll have to wait and get the official ruling here and see what happens.
He did cross over the 50-yard line into Calhoun territory, so should the penalty go against Calhoun, that would be a good break there for Montrose. That was a good run that time.
I'm thinking this is going to work against Montrose Academy, Bill. And it is. I see the officials all set to mark the yardage off against the Raiders. We're still awaiting an official ruling from the referee as to what the penalty is. There's 5 of them. There's 10 of them. This is a major assessment being marched off here against the Raiders of some 15 yards. Still awaiting an indication from the official. Maybe this is a secret penalty. Maybe we missed the indication. I didn't see it. I sure did.
I didn't either, Mitchell, but it was a severe one, no doubt, with a 15-yard penalty that time, and that's going to really hurt Montrose Academy. They had a good drive going, and it'll be third down now and about 21 yards to go for Montrose. And the quarterback back, and he's going to pass it. Calhoun got their hand on the ball, and it fell into a Montrose receiver's hands. Calhoun player tipped the ball. Nobody had control until it fell into Montrose receiver's hands, and that play was no good that time by Montrose Academy. Montrose now getting set to kick it away. It's going to be fourth down and about 20. Calhoun now back to receive around the 50-yard line. Number 11, Burnett, back deep for Calhoun, and he's going to pick it up and go with it. He's going to come this side of the field. Burnett with a lot of speed, still on his feet, and Burnett's going to be down at the 40-yard line. Good return by number 11, Lee Burnett, and he's still down on the field. And Lee Burnett took a lick that time as he ran right into the receiver of Montrose Academy. It's going to be 1st and 10 now for Calhoun along the 40-yard line.
You got to give a lot of credit to number 11, Lee Burnett, Bill. He's been active all evening this evening, offensively and defensively. And as you just saw a few moments ago on special teams, too, returning punts. He's been at it all night tonight, and that's going to be one tired gentleman when this ball game is over. You can believe that.
He will sleep good tonight, there's no doubt about it.
No question about it. He's really took some shots out there, too.
Now they'll have it 1st and 10 along the 40-yard line. Calhoun in Montrose territory. Quarterback overlooks his offensive line. Hands off to his running back, number 30, Dalton Moore, and he's up around the 35-yard line. About a 5-yard pickup for Calhoun. That'll bring up 2nd down and about 5 yards to go for the first. 6:40 and counting down now in the 3rd period of play, and a tight ball game as Montrose leads 6-0 with the only scoring coming in the 1st period of play, and a 2-point conversion attempt failed by Montrose Academy, and that's where we stand. 2nd down now and 5 yards to go for the Cougars. Number 16 now, the quarterback, Jay Leachman, and he has 2-man back set. He hands it off now to number 30, I believe, Moore. Once again, he fights up along the 33-yard line.
Lee Burnett on that carry, once again, fighting his way up the middle of the field, and as I mentioned earlier, he's a little slow about getting up now. He has got to be hurting out there because he has taken some real shots and delivered some real shots as well. He's on defense. He's played an all-around game this evening. MVP as far as I'm concerned, and we're still midway through the 3rd. It's got to be Lee Burnett.
He's been all over the field on both sides of the ball here tonight, which that's what you have to do here to win at this field here tonight.
Like I said, the minimum number of players, and they don't have very many players on the team. A lot of them had to go all, offense, defense, special teams, whatever. Burnett once again with that carry, and you heard the lick that was passed that way up here. So these guys, they want to get the ball in the end zone here in the 3rd quarter. They trail by 6 with 5.5 minutes remaining. Let's hope the Cougars can stick it in the end zone here.
Well, see, they know they're only down by 6 and easily can get back and take the lead in this game with this one drive. So they're going to drive it hard on Montrose here, being this deep in Montrose territory.
Got to add too, Bill, that homecoming incentive here, the homecoming game for these seniors. It means a lot to them. And we're going to go over the total Cougar roster, by the way. We promised at a half. We didn't get it in a half. We'll do it maybe at the end of the 3rd, but we're going to get that in for you here shortly.
That's right. 9 seniors playing in their last homecoming game here tonight. Running back that time for Calhoun, Mike Bush, I believe, number 25. And Bush down along the 20, looks to be about the 26-yard line maybe, where they'll spot the ball. 27-yard line now for Calhoun. They continue to drive in Raider territory. 4:40 to go now in the 3rd period of play. Number 16 now the quarterback, Leachman. Fakes the handoff, another pass. Oh, trying to get it out to number 22 that time for Calhoun, Mark Nelson. And it looked like a good pass play that time by Leachman, and Nelson just couldn't quite get his hands on the ball.
Nelson was open momentarily, but that ball was thrown slightly high and behind Nelson, so he had to try to make the catch, which he was out of position. But that was a nice route as far as Nelson was concerned.
That's right, it really was. And a yard's difference on the ball, and Nelson probably could have caught that and maybe had a touchdown because he was real close. And like you said, he was wide open for a moment, Mitchell.
He just couldn't make the adjustment. It was thrown behind him and too high.
So that'll bring up a 3rd down and 6 now for Calhoun as they're in their own territory. Really need to pick up the yardage here. Number 11, Burnett, running around the side, and I believe he will have the 1st down pickup for Calhoun. Burnett is still down, and he's really taking some punishing here tonight, as Mitchell was talking earlier. Burnett slow and limping real bad after that lick that time. Burnett down along the 15-yard line for Calhoun, or 17-yard line rather.
Burnett earned enough yardage on the previous carry to justify 1st down, so the Cougars are marching now on the ground.
Handoff that time, number 30, straight up the middle for Calhoun, Dalton Moore. And Dalton Moore looks like he will pick up 2 or 3 yards that time. Ball's going to be marked at about the 15-yard line, pickup of maybe 2 yards. That'll bring up a second down situation now for the Cougars. Second down, I believe, and it looks like 9 yards to go, maybe a pickup of, or 2nd and 7 rather. Now number 16, the quarterback, will have a 2-man backset, and he fakes the handoff. Another pass play once again, and that ball thrown way behind the intended receiver, number 25, Mike Bush, and it was really closer to the defensive back that time.
Leachman trying to make the connection downfield. That's another pass that was thrown off the mark. Jay did throw some well-thrown passes in the first half of play, put the ball right on the money on a couple of occasions. Having little problems here in the third quarter. Maybe he'll turn it around here momentarily, but these ends and backs are running nice pass routes, and they are getting a step or two on defenders downfield. Leachman's going to have to try to put the ball closer to the money, and maybe we'll come up with some receptions here for the Cougars.
So we'll see if they go with a pass play here once again, deep in their own territory, deep in Montrose territory. Number 30 with the ball that time. And number 30, Dalton Moore, stepping over a couple of defenders, looked like, and Moore with a good run that time, straight up the middle. And Moore had some good blocks that time. And when you get good blocks, Mitchell, that's what happens.
This is a team sport, no question about that. He had nice blocking downfield. He just made the leap at the line of scrimmage, took it over, and he picked up nice yardage on that particular carry.
Now Calhoun will have it as they continue to drive in Montrose territory, and the ball will be spotted, Mitchell, along the maybe 13-yard line, rather.
Your guess is as good as mine, Bill. I'm having problems picking up the yard markers over here.
And they did have to measure, and first down. First down now for Calhoun, and it's looking good here for Calhoun. They don't want to repeat that first possession play they had in the game. Got all the way down and couldn't convert the fourth down situation.
That was really a heartbreaking situation for Calhoun. They had the ball in great field position, as you mentioned. Were not able to convert on the fourth down situation. They have a timeout on the field. Let's hope the Cougars can do something with this drive. They're in good territory here.
One of our sponsors for tonight's action, Calhoun City Telephone Company in Calhoun City. Tim Lunsford and all of his staff, proud of the Calhoun Academy Cougars, and say congratulations to the 9 seniors on the team for an outstanding year and all the years they've given to the school here at Calhoun Academy. Calhoun City Telephone Company in Calhoun City. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back with more here from Calhoun Academy Field. Stay tuned.
I don't believe a word you say.
Well.
Any rabbit.
3:25 and counting down in the third period of play, and we have a 1st and 10 now for the Cougars as they're in great field position here once again. And now number 16, Leachman, overlooks his offensive line. He has a 2-man backset, and he hand off to number 11, Lee Burnett. Touchdown! Burnett that time, I believe, going untouched all the way over into the end zone. Another blocker that time. Good blocking for Burnett, and a score for Calhoun. First score for the Cougars in the ball game. That's going to put us at an even 6, and it'll be interesting here, Mitchell, to see if they go for the 2 or kick the 1 to take the lead.
Traditionally, Calhoun Academy has gone for 2-point conversions instead of trying the extra point. I would think that's what they're probably going to do here. We'll just have to wait and see. Now, this runs back to not like 1979, back when I was in school over here. We used to go for 2 all the time instead of going for 1. Anthony Bolger knows what I'm talking about because he was in here when I was. But, you know, they are going to go for a 2-point conversion here.
All right, we'll see if they're successful here. Giving it to number 11, Burnett. Burnett slides it in. Lee Burnett, number 11, with a 2-point conversion, successful. That's going to put us at 8-6. Calhoun now will take a 2-point lead over Montrose Academy with 3:20 to go in the third period of play. That was some beautiful plays that time, Mitchell, by Calhoun.
Well executed plays. The Cougars did run a lot of plays to the near side on the right side against the defense. They decided, hey, we'll try it on the left side. And we saw the result. They were successful, got the ball in the end zone, 8-6 ball game.
You know, I think they might have heard us talking about some blockers there, and I believe we saw evidence of that here in the last 2 plays. Untouched on the touchdown, of course. I believe the blocking came through.
Lee Burnett, as you mentioned, virtually unscathed, rolling right into the end zone. That was if anybody deserved the touchdown, he did, because he's been the workhorse all evening this evening.
Now Calhoun will set to kick it off in a position I'm sure they feel good about now, kicking away to Montrose Academy with 3:20 now to go in the third period of play. Montrose has 1 man back deep to receive. I believe Burnett, number 11, the kickers as well here for Calhoun. Calhoun now set to kick it off. 8-6 after the quick score. Calhoun just had the touchdown and the two-point conversion, and they lead this one by 2. If they can hang on, Calhoun can pick up their first win of the season here tonight. Big run that time by Montrose. Number 86, I believe, that time, the ball carrier for the Raiders. Don't have a listing on number 86. And they'll take over now in their own territory. Ball beyond the 25-yard line, about the 26-yard line.
We'll see what the Cougar defense has left here, Bill. They've been on the field. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, most of the offensive players going on defense too, so these boys are going to have to be tired here as we wind down in the third quarter of play.
And now Montrose Academy taking on 1st and 10. He's going to be dropped. Fumble on the play. I believe number 81 that time. Josh Morgan for Calhoun recovers the ball. So a big play that time by number 81, Josh Morgan. And now Calhoun Academy will take it over, and they'll have excellent field position and have a chance to break this game wide open, Mitchell.
This may be the break the Cougars have been looking for here. They have a 2-point lead at 8-6. They now will have possession in Montrose territory. Let's see the Cougars stick in the end zone here, take a big lead to go in the fourth quarter.
Well, they have 3:07 now to take a lead here even before the fourth period begins, as they'll bring the ball up to play now. Number 16, Leachman, with a two-man back set, one man wide to the right. Number 25 trying to run it up the middle that time. I believe number 30, Dalton Moore, and nothing doing that time for Moore as Montrose read that play all the way.
Finding the going rough and tough up the middle. He was met head-on by 2 or 3 Montrose defenders. Nothing doing there for Moore. It's going to be a loss of about a yard on that carry. Pick up of a yard on the carry. Bring up a 2nd and 9 here for the Cougars.
Number 81 now checks out of the game for Calhoun, Josh Morgan, who did get the fumble recovery to set up this drive by Calhoun with 2:35 now and counting down in the third period. Now Calhoun, Jay Leachman, number 16, once again, will bring it to the line. 2nd down, about 8 yards to go. Two-man back set. He's going to pitch it back to the running back, number 11, Burnett. Burnett coming around to the right side. And he's going to work it down around the 15-yard line that time. The ball will be spotted. So Calhoun once again getting deeper into Montrose territory. If you just joined us, Calhoun with a quick score a moment ago, driving it down, putting it in, and getting the 2-point conversion. And Burnett, number 11, with the touchdown score as well as the 2-point conversion. 2nd down now for the Cougars, our 3rd down. Number 16, Leachman pitches it back, and a mishandle by Burnett, number 11. And a big, tough mistake that time by Calhoun. Looks like Burnett Mitchell was running actually before he got the ball pocketed and didn't quite have control of the ball.
That could very possibly what happened, Bill. From this angle, it looked as though to me that the play was designed to be a handoff. Burnett was too far from the quarterback, Leachman, to make the handoff, so Leachman was going to pitch it to him instead of putting the ball in the gut as you normally do on the handoff play, and you saw how it resulted here in a bad turn of events here for the Cougars.
And as a result, Montrose will take it over now, running wide to the right as a big run now for Montrose. He's run out along the 32, 33-yard line. And there is a flag on the play that time. We'll wait and see what the indication is from the official. 1:41 to go in the third period. Big pickup that time by Montrose.
Probably a holding call, Bill. It was thrown in the general vicinity where you might see such a penalty. I'm not sure about that. We'll just have to wait and get the official ruling. Official is discussing something with the defensive captain, so obviously this will be working against Montrose. It is holding against the Raiders. Be a 5-yarder.
And that's another break for Calhoun to keep them backed up deep in their own territory, put the pressure on them. Calhoun has a 2-point lead now, so they can maybe control the momentum of the game. Keep Montrose backed up deep in their own territory.
You know, on a couple of occasions, we've seen Calhoun with a turnover get possession of the ball, only to turn the ball right back over to Montrose again. So, you know, this has been a game of turnovers back-to-back, just like that.
That's right, it has. Back and forth. Now number 16 sets his offensive unit up. Turns around with a handoff, and he goes down quickly by Calhoun. He is all wrapped up that time. The defender on that play for the Cougars, number Number 72, Chris Easley at 220. And Easley can wrap you up quickly and put you on the ground.
No question about it. He's a senior this year, and he is a man on a mission this evening. He has been all over the field defensively, as has several other players for the Cougars. They played a good ball game this evening. Hopefully they can stay on top.
Maybe so. Hope so, and come away with a victory here tonight. Nothing would be better than that, as you say, at homecoming time. First down now and about 20 to go. Official timeout called on the field. Officials discussing something in the backfield behind Montrose Academy. Guy tying his shoe, I believe. I wouldn't want to be out there with loose strings on my shoe, Mitchell.
Tonight, I'd hate to be out there, period, I think. Loose strings or tight strings or whatnot. There's really a lot of hard hitting going on out
Something
there.
I have against pain.
You and I too.
And the runner, that was Derek Taylor that time. Number 51 for Calhoun, and he dropped him for a loss once again, and Raiders going backwards instead of forwards. Calhoun defense really waking up here. 30 seconds to go now in the third period of play. Calhoun leads at 8-6 as we'll look at a third down situation as Calhoun just dropped Montrose for a loss once again. Looks like about 3rd and 25 to go. It's time to put the air tack on.
Here we go. Uh-oh. Cougar got it.
Fumble on the play. Cougar ball. Cougar ball. Let's hope it doesn't hold true as it's been going, Mitchell, and they fumble it back over.
Hopefully you're right. Maybe they can convert here. They're in great field position. Cougars get a turnover here. That's what they've been looking for. We got 7 ticks remaining in the third quarter of play. Let's stick a ball in the end zone here in the third quarter and get a substantial lead going into the fourth and final quarter.
Must capitalize here on this good a field position. I think any great coach would tell you that when you have this kind of an opportunity. And we'll see if Calhoun can do that with a 1st and 10 after the fumble recovery. 1st and 10 in excellent field position. Ball looks to be spotted on about the 7-yard line. Hard to tell from this point on the field, but I believe that's about where they'll spot the ball. Mitchell, we'll talk about the Bruce Trojans for a minute. One of the hottest teams, probably the hottest team in the county. Bruce playing in Eupora tonight, and Eupora has been struggling all year. They've had some tough times. Trojans should get a victory down there tonight and completely clinch the division with totally undefeated records. So Coach Robbins and them just doing a tremendous job.
Congratulations goes out to the entire Trojan organization. From top to bottom, they've had an outstanding season this year. As most people know, they dropped from a 3A school down to a 2A school this season, as a matter of fact. Mark this down. Remember this. Bruce, Okolona in the playoffs. This is going to be the game to watch right here. Mark it down. Okolona's undefeated as well. They've won some big games. So as the Trojans, this is one we're looking for. Bruce and Okolona.
We will definitely be there if and when that game takes place, so be a lot of excitement. We're also planning to go to the Nettleton game, the last regular season game for the Trojans coming up in a couple of weeks. That should be a very interesting game as well. Nettleton, I believe, losing for the first time last Friday night.
Against Okolona.
They played Okolona.
My point. So that's going to be a real battle if the Trojans have to play the Chieftains of Okolona. No question about it.
We'll have to pick the Trojans by 3 anyway at Nettleton.
At least. End of the third.
And that'll bring the third period to a close. Calhoun Academy, excellent scoring opportunity here once again as they lead this game by 2 points with a score in the third period of play and a 2-point conversion. Calhoun in a good field position and maybe can put 6 more points on the board and really put this game out here tonight. We'll take another station break and we'll be back with more here from Calhoun Academy Field. You stay tuned to TV7.
Oh, Lord.
Welcome back to action now. Dalton Moore trying to take it over, and he got whopped behind the line of scrimmage, and I believe he's going to take a loss that time. To begin the fourth period of play, Calhoun trying to capitalize on a turnover as they have excellent field position and really put this game out.
They really do need to capitalize here, Bill. They're operating from inside the 10 of Montrose Academy. As we're just getting underway with the fourth quarter, having problems with the clock getting started here, stuck on 12 minutes. Now we're underway. I think we got one free play here in the fourth quarter of play.
I believe we have a third down situation here. Lee Burnett, number 11, the ball carrier, and he's going to be dragged down as he ran out of blockers on the far side of the field. And Burnett's going to be dragged down. There's going to be a flag on the play, so maybe another break here for Calhoun.
Well, they need all the breaks they can get here. They get this close to the end zone, and they fail to pick up a block or two, and maybe this will be working against Montrose. We'll have to wait and see. Going to be against the Cougars.
Because in their backfield, it'll be against them.
And you're right, it is going to back the Cougars up, and we'll see what the degree of the penalty is.
Well, from a distance, the boys have marched back here. It looks like a major assessment holding call once again against Calhoun. They need to get rid of those. That's not doing them any good, that's for sure.
Definitely not. Penalties have been a factor in this game here tonight on both teams, and we'll see what Calhoun will do here. I believe it will be third down, right?
Third down, and it'll still be goal to go, but we're sitting on around the 18-yard line, something along that area.
And now number 16, Leachman, overlooks his offensive line, hands it off once again. Burnett, number 11, and he's going to be dragged down from behind. And not a whole lot that time for Burnett as he tried to take it around wide to the left. He's going to be tackled long down around the, looks to be around the 10-yard line. Really hard to tell from here. And that's going to bring up a fourth down situation now for the Cougars of Calhoun. Number 81 checks out, Josh Morgan for the Cougars. I believe we do have a fourth down situation here. Fourth down, goal to go for Calhoun. And they will elect to go for it. Number 16, Leachman with the pitch back to Burnett once again. And Lee tries to take it right over, and he's hit hard once again by Montrose Academy. Number 1, the defender that time. Don't have his name on the roster. Burnett is still down on the turf. And Lee Burnett taking a lot of punishment, a lot of hard hitting here tonight on both sides of the ball, Mitchell.
Burnett needed a block or two to get around that end. He got one blocker in front of him out there. He tried to do it the rest out on his own. He met a player head on. I noticed when he made the contact was made, his helmet was down. And I know from experience that when you hit somebody head on like that and your helmet's down, you suffer. I mean, you have the possibility of a neck injury of some sort. He's up on his feet. Maybe he's okay now.
Looks like, yeah. His head was down when he took that hit.
Down when he took the lick, and that's always a dangerous position to be in when contact is made. But he's on his feet now. Maybe he's going to be okay. Slow about coming off the field. He has really been put through the ringer this evening.
He may have to bring it out here at this point in the ball game because he's definitely earned his share here tonight.
He really has, no question about it.
Make another one.
At least he is up and walking, so that's a better sign as if he wasn't even up off the turf. So maybe he's really just shaken up with the wind knocked out.
Possible, but I see he's sort of favoring a knee, a leg. Perhaps that's what it is, maybe a leg injury. You'd hate to see any kind of injury, but if I had my druthers, I'd rather have a knee injury than some kind of neck or back injury because those are the tougher kinds of injuries to get over.
Right. That was a fourth down play, so we'll turn the ball over now to the Raiders, and they'll have it 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. And we'll have a long drive here ahead of them if they plan to get in the end zone. Flag on the play that time as Montrose snapped the ball. 10:48 now to go in the ball game, and Calhoun leads at 8-6. Call that time going against the Raiders. Did you see the call, Mitchell?
I didn't pick it up, Bill. I was watching Burnett here on the sideline. He's sitting here at the picnic table being attended to there by Matt Bollinger. I didn't pick illegal procedure against Montrose.
I believe it was a 5-yard penalty, legal procedure.
We could use several of those.
That's right. Montrose not having good field position to begin with, and now they'll start it again. And once again, we have a second consecutive flag.
This could possibly be the same penalty, Bill. I would think it was thrown along the line of scrimmage. We'll have to wait. Here we go. Illegal procedure once again against the Raiders. half the distance of the goal. They're getting ever so dangerously back to their own goal line, so maybe the Cougars come up with a safety here or something.
Very possible.
Better yet, a fumble recovery in the end zone. If you're going to dream, why not dream big? What do you say?
That's right. You might as well go for it all. And it can happen. We've seen a lot of things that we didn't think would happen. They did happen this year.
No question about that. That's the interesting thing about football. You never really know what's going to happen from one play to the next. Sometimes it's easy to tell the outcome of the game before it's ever played because of the mismatches, but you never know how it's going to come about. You really never do.
Man breaks it wide open for Montrose and gets them out into much better field position than what they were in. And a big hole that time for Montrose Academy, and he'll bring it out. He'll pick up the first down that time, or close to. I think he'll have the first down.
That was a nice play as far as the Raiders are concerned. He had a huge hole to run up the middle with. I believe I could have ran that one through, Bill, blindfolded. But he did a nice job bringing the ball upfield. Going to check for the first down, just inches shy.
So Montrose now will have an excellent opportunity to convert into the first down and get a drive going here for themselves. They trail 8-6 to Calhoun. Montrose with the first scoring to put it up 6-0. Calhoun scoring in the third period to make it 8-6, and that's where we stand at this point. Second down now, I believe, just inches short of the first down. Handoff that time. That's going to be a close call, and may have to bring the measurements out, Mitchell.
It's all according to where they spot the ball. He was hit along the line before he reached the original line of scrimmage. I believe they may bring the crew back on to check to see if they ever earned the first down. It's going to be awfully close. Too close to tell from this angle.
It really is. He had the momentum going towards his way, but still, like you said, he was hit before the line of scrimmage. So it's going to make it a real close call.
Evidently, it's going to be about a foot shy, according to the sticks across the way. So evidently lost yardage on that particular carry.
And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 1 now for Montrose. And man just now going down, and first down pickup that time, I believe, by the Raiders. Number 29 that time, the running back, Lee J. Sibley.
Give credit to the offensive line surge. They moved the defense off the line, off the ball. The back just ran right behind that, pick up the first down. Credit the offensive line with that particular first down.
They had a lot of momentum going in the right direction. 1st and 10 now for the Montrose Raiders. 9:15 to go in the ball game here tonight. They trail by 2. Calhoun desperately trying to hang on to this 2-point lead and come away with their first victory here tonight.
Ooh, yeah.
Handoff once again, and he's going to be hit fast along the line of scrimmage, and a good defensive read that time by the Cougars.
Good play defensively, and I believe number 62, Doyce Blunt. He is a senior at 220 pounds, and he made the initial contact there.
So that'll bring up a 2nd down situation now for Montrose. And they'll change a couple of players on their side. 8:36 to go and counting down in the contest. Montrose will bring it to the line.
We still got to get that total roster in for the Cougars. We've been promising all night. We forgot about it at the end of the 3rd. We're going to get that sucker in before the game's over, though. We got to.
That's exactly right. And give credit where credit is due here on this Calhoun team. Nothing doing that time. Calhoun following him to the far side and riding him down. 2 or 3 green jerseys in that time on the tackle, Mitchell. And let's give credit. Like we said, we will give credit to all these 9 seniors I have marked here for Calhoun Academy before we sign off tonight, and wish them well in whatever their future endeavors and congratulate them on the years they've had here with Calhoun Academy and on an excellent game being played to this point for homecoming and playing in their final homecoming.
Absolutely. I can't say enough about the Cougar defense this evening. They have really played an outstanding football. They've been burned a time or two, and that's all as far as Calhoun Academy defense is concerned. That was good pursuit across the line of scrimmage on that last play.
Now Montrose 3rd down in a 13 situation. Fake handoff. He's going to pass it.
All right.
Ball almost picked off by number 22, Mark Nelson, as he was going down. He couldn't quite handle it. And had he, that would have been a good field position for Calhoun. Mark Nelson almost with the pass interception. That'll bring up a 4th down now for the Raiders. 4th and about 13 with 7:30 to go in the contest. And more than likely, they will elect to punt the ball as the punter stands back, number 11 back deep. Burnett in the game once again. Back in for Calhoun. Ball's going to be taken now. Mike Bush, number 25. He's going to be hit. He's going to be hit along the around the 35-yard line, I believe, and knocked back. Mike Bush that time, the punt returner for Calhoun. That ball is going to be spotted along the 39-yard line, so Calhoun will have fairly good field position in their own territory. 7:20 to go in the contest here tonight. First and 10 now for the Cougars. Number 16, Leachman, has a two-man back set, one man wide to the right, and he's going to hand it off to number 30. Whistle blows. Flag's going to be called. A flag on the play, rather.
Illegal procedure on the offense. The man jumped too quickly on the line of scrimmage.
And that's tough that time for Calhoun. The man did jump a little fast. That's going to back him up. Mitchell, what it carries with it, a 5-yard penalty?
That's correct. That's right.
That will make it that'll be a tough call against Calhoun. Still be first down, be first and 15 to go now for the Cougars. Ball's going to be spotted along the 44-yard line, so Cougars still have it in their own territory. Leachman now with two-man back. Hands off to number 30 that time, Dalton Moore. Moore with some good hard running straight up the middle. And Moore will cross over the 40-yard line down to around the 39-yard line, rather, which is where they were before the penalty was called a moment ago. Number 32 now comes into the game for Calhoun, Craig Tudor, and he'll replace Josh Morgan, number 81.
Dalton Moore, you mentioned earlier, he has done a lot of work this evening too. We've been talking a lot about Lee Burnett, but Moore has had his share of carries this evening. Between the two, Burnett and Moore, I would think they had the greatest majority of the carries as far as the Cougars are concerned.
They really have, Mitchell. They've done a lot of running here tonight, a lot of good hard running. Flag call that time before the snap. And we'll wait. We'll see who that penalty's against. And it's going to be delay a game against the Cougars. And that's going to march them back once again. That's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Put the ball along the 44-yard line. It'll bring up a second down once again. Number 16 now, Leachman. Leachman pitches it over to number 25. He hangs on. Mike Bush still on his feet. Bush down along the 30-yard line. So what looked like to be a disaster play turns into a good play by Mike Bush, Mitchell, for Calhoun.
This is true. It's still going to be well shy of first down. Excuse me. Let's see what we got across the way. It will be well shy of the first down, but it did make a positive out of a negative, though, so you can't say enough about that particular play by Bush.
Bush had a tough time there handling it first. It looked like it could have even been almost dropped the ball, but did a good job pulling it in and getting a good run after that. Had a good blocker. Now we'll be looking at 3rd down and 3 for the Cougars. 5:40 to go in the contest here tonight. Number 16, Leachman now with two-man back set. Hands off to number 30. Trying to go up the middle that time once again is Dalton Moore. Moore's going to be hit along the 30-yard line as he crosses over the 30-yard line for Calhoun. Cougars fighting hard here tonight, trying to come away with a victory at homecoming night here at Calhoun Academy. Just over 5 minutes to play, and they lead the game by 2, 8-6, over Montrose Academy out of Arkansas. Fake handoff, quarterback keeper, number 16, spinning around, and not much that time as he's going to be dropped along the line of scrimmage at around the 30-yard line. And that's going to bring up a 4th down situation now for the Cougars.
4th down and less than a yard to go. I would think I would go for it here, working from Montrose territory. Be foolish to punt the ball away. 2-point lead. Almost 5 minutes remaining in the ball game. You got to go for it. We're going to measure it here. Chain crew coming on to see if they have earned the first down.
No reason not to go for this one, as you said, considering the position they're in at this point.
That's what I thought. We're going to see if they got. Oh, okay. They failed to convert.
Failed to convert on 4th down. Going to turn it over now to the Raiders of Montrose, and they'll have possession now and working out of their own territory. Under 5 minutes to play in the game. Montrose trails Calhoun 8-6. Calhoun looking like they might get their first win here tonight, and been playing very hard here tonight on both sides of the ball. And we'll see what Montrose Academy does here now. 1st and 10. Ball will be spotted around their own 29-yard line. Snap off to number 16, the quarterback, and he'll hand it off. Still in. Big run that time by Montrose, number 28. He's going to be brought down by Cougar, number 22, Mark Nelson. Nelson, 135-pound senior. Mark Nelson, 135-pound senior for the Cougars of Calhoun with the tackle that time.
We have a timeout on the field called by the Raiders of Montrose Academy, and as we have been promising all evening, we're going to finally get around to giving you the total Cougar roster for this 1991 campaign. Number 10, Daniel Blunt, quarterback, safety, 5'4", 110. He's a freshman. Number 11, Lee Burnett, fullback, quarterback, 5'6", 148, senior. Number 12, Andy Clark, fullback, wideout, 5'7", 140. He's a sophomore. 16, Jay Leachman, quarterback, defensive back, 5'10", 130, junior. Number 22, Mark Nelson, tailback, defensive back, 5'10", 135, senior. 25, Mike Bush, wideout, defensive back, 5'9", 140, senior. 27, Jeremy Parker, wideout, defensive back, 5'1", 90 pounds, and he's a freshman. Number 30, Dalton Moore, tailback, linebacker, defensively, 5'6", 180, sophomore. 32, Craig Tudor, tailback, offensively, linebacker, defensively, 5 feet 7 inches tall, 145 pounds, and he's a sophomore. Number 40, Devin Blunt, wingback, defensive end, 5'7", 140, sophomore. The 51, Derek Taylor, center, linebacker, 5'11", 210, senior. 55, Clifton Pitts, center, defensive lineman, 5'7", 180, freshman. And here back to action. Here we'll continue our roster momentarily.
All right, thanks a lot, Mitchell. Now Montrose with the ball, 1st and 10, after a big run by the running back. Quarterback handoff to number 28, and he had a couple of blockers, and he's down along the 40-yard line as he is into Calhoun territory. Flag on the play once again.
Continue now with this roster. Number 60, Wayne Mahan, guard, linebacker, 6'1", 165, senior. 62, Doris Blunt, tackle, defensive end, 5'11", 220, senior. 66, Paul Mahan, tackle, defensive lineman, 6 feet 190, sophomore. 70, Whitney Casey, tackle, defensive lineman, 5'11", 215, senior. 72, Chris Easley, guard, defensive lineman, 6'2", 220, senior. And rounding out the total Cougar roster for this 1991 season, number 81, Josh Morgan, wingback, defensive end, 5 feet 10 inches tall, 185 pounds, and he's a senior.
And congratulations to all those seniors here at Calhoun for their efforts and what they've done over the years here at this school, and best of luck to them in the future.
And as we mentioned earlier, this homecoming game, last homecoming for the seniors, this has special meaning to it, and they're playing extra hard this evening.
And that's right, and it's apparent on the field and it's apparent on the scoreboard as they lead 8-6 with about 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the ball game here tonight. Montrose now will have it after the penalty against Montrose. 1st and 25. He tried to make the cut, and what a mistake that time. Calhoun, number 60, just taking him down. Wayne Mahan doing a good job here tonight as well on defense. Wayne Mahan, seen him in several spots defensively on the field here tonight.
Mahan, one of those seniors we were talking about a few minutes ago, and he was determined that running back was not going to get away from him that time. Good play by Wayne Mahan defensively.
And that's going to bring up a 2nd and 30 now. Loss of 5 yards that time on the play. Calhoun defensively just doing an outstanding job keeping Montrose backed up. And Calhoun, you can tell at this point in the game, they want this victory here tonight. They feel they've earned it, and it looks like they've earned it. And we'll see if they can hang on to this lead. Handoff that time straight up the middle by Montrose. Number 29 was the ball carrier that time. Lee J. Sibley for the Raiders. That's going to bring up a 3rd down situation.
You know, this would feel a lot more comfortable, Bill, if the Cougars had converted on some of those offensive possessions inside the 10 of Montrose. They only have a slim 2-point lead here, and the Raiders have over 3 minutes remaining to try to do something with it. So this is going to be a real nail-biter right down to the wire.
Calhoun's going to fight for this one. There's no doubt about it. You're seeing the defensive action right now to prove it. Third down now and 23 for Montrose Academy. And he mishandles the ball, manages to hang on to it, and takes another loss that time. Derek Taylor that time on the stop for Calhoun. Derek Taylor, number 51, defensively that time for the Cougars. And that's going to bring up a fourth down situation. And just forced a punt here, no doubt, by Montrose, and back deep to receive once again is the punt returner, number 11, Burnett for Calhoun. Oh, they hand it off, rather, number 29 for Montrose. They went with the handoff. Number 29 running hard that time for Montrose. Number 11 that time with a stop, Lee Burnett for the Cougars. Cougars will have control now, and looked like he was going to get the first down momentarily, Mitchell. Very close, but Burnett did a good job tackling him.
He really did. He was really smoking down the far sideline. I thought he had the first down yardage too, and perhaps more than that, but it was not to be. Cougars going to take over 1st and 10. They'll be operating from around their own 42, 43-yard line.
You know, you talk about those seniors, and those seniors really out to win this game here tonight, of course. We've already mentioned it's their last homecoming, and you can tell they're really playing with fire in their eyes.
No doubt about it. We have a timeout called by the Cougars.
And that's a Cougar timeout. And we'll go over another sponsor, the Farmers and Merchants Bank here tonight, one of the fine sponsors for Calhoun Academy Cougar action. John Crocker, all the staff at Farmers and Merchants Bank wish the best to the Calhoun Academy seniors and all the football team throughout the rest of this year. Farmers and Merchants Bank, your home-owned and operated bank located on the square in Bruce. We'll take a timeout, and we'll be back with more with 2:15 to go in the contest here tonight. You're watching TV7, your local sports connection. Stay tuned. And back to